Okay. Oh, wait, did it stop? Oh, it's still playing on my end. Why? Because I'm out of sync with Facebook. Hold on. There we go. Yay. Oh, I guess it would help if I go to. But I still like this, and I'm still going to play it for a second.
If you wanna hang out, you gotta take her out, okay? If you wanna get down.
So yeah, thanks once again. My avatar. Are you talking about with Jack? Yeah, I just changed that just for his birthday today, sort of thing. I may actually keep it, even though I like the other one. Well, of course you did. Yeah. You talking about the gold one? Or are you talking about the one I just played with the movie ticket? I think that's what it was. Yeah. I was thinking about not changing it, but then just like, screw it. I mean, I don't want to be associated, by our avatar. And then on my other channel, I might even use it over here. I want some desmoid tumor avatars, probably a banner. And what's funny is I am such a lost my train of thought. Forget what I was going to say. I'm such a what kind of guy? Actually, well, I'm trying to remember what I was going to say, and I'll probably stop. How do I stop the glare in my eyeballs? I mean, I've tried all sorts of things, and it's still there. And I really didn't even notice. I can tilt my head back a little bit, but I really didn't notice it until I did that. That 3-hour one on the, what is a desmoid? I went back and, well, actually, on the way home from Louisville today, I had it plugged in to my USB port in my car and listened to it. I didn't watch it, obviously, driving, but every once in a while I would, look over just to see where, what part it was at, and would notice the glare. Well, I've got to redo the whole thing anyway. Oh no, the silver lining. That's where I was at. Remember that. Just say silver lining mod, and I can remember. Hopefully, go back. But anyway, so I was listening and stupid me. I don't know what it was, but when I did that, for some reason, I was thinking I didn't have to switch page to page. So after the first page, like the 8 things to know about desmoid tumors, I thought it was playing because I wasn't watching the screen at all. Because I wanted, not to lose concentration as much as possible, which really didn't work out, totally great. But so I got to try to figure out how I got to redo it. I got to figure out how to get rid of this glare. I think the only thing I can do maybe. But then if I do this, see, then if I raise up my laptop, I don't know. I got to figure out. Is there like anti-glare glasses? I don't care if they cost $100. I'd go buy a pair or two just for this, because now I can see it and it's driving me nuts. I've tried to even turn down the brightness here. I don't know if you'd be able to tell the difference. Yeah, I guess a little bit. Unless it just I can tell the difference, but I've even got that turned down more than it normally is. So I don't know what I got to do to try to get rid of the glare off my glasses, other than I can just take them off. No big deal. But I can see everything in the world except like about this spot, like for reading. I mean, everybody who's getting old knows that. So I got to try to figure out how to get around that, and then remember to switch my share page when I'm doing page by page by page. But anyway, the silver lining, I finally remembered. I'm gonna have to wear these. I guess I'll just wait till you say somewhere. It looks like it's moving. But the silver lining of everything that happened this week, I got back in touch with the Facebook group that I've been a part of for years. And Deanne just kind of freaked out. I was like, man, it has been a long time. What's going on? And I said, you really don't want to know, but I'm trying to do some videos. And she's giving me all kinds of information, updated numbers. I couldn't remember the name of that new drug, so now I do. I just have to bring that information off of Facebook into my folder, sort of thing. But it was nice catching up with her, and so there's a big silver lining. Plus, my buddy who lives down in Louisville, hold on, I'm going to shut the door a little bit. Not that it matters, but just this one doesn't disturb Mom quite as much because I'm loud anyway. But months ago, offered or invited me to come down, which I've been to his house before. But they have had a pagan, like atheist gathering, but it wasn't so much, anti-religion or, yada. It was just a gathering, had a bonfire, people, just having a bunch, good old time down there. But I told them back then, no, because I already had plans on doing at that time that was supposed to be the art protest and all that. So he happened to call to find out which direction I was going to get to wherever I was originally going to. And then I told him, no, I wasn't going to go. There was a, fallout. I just didn't want to be around at least one person, put it that way. I'm not going to be, mean about it. But anyway, because he wanted me to stop by, the kids wanted to see their unc. I see somebody talking. Reg, how you doing, buddy? Actually, give me 1 second. I'll put this in here. If you want to join Reg, fine. If you don't, oh, wait, I thought I just put it in there. Let's do that. Oh, there it is, finally. So now I can pin it. I found it the other day. Somebody was saying, oh, just hit the three little dots. Well, I thought they were talking about a top. And I realized the other day, it's like, oh, wait, you got to put it in there first. And then you can cut and paste or pin it to the top. So I learned how to do that. I remembered, I guess. But anyway, so had a good time down there. And this is the guy that I've known. I went to school with him in real life. It's not like an online thing. Oh, look at, we met, let's meet. It's cool. No, it's a guy that I've known. Like I said, his kids love me to death, thinking, yeah, that's fine. Take your time, Reg. Don't worry about hurting Jack's feelings, Reg. After all, it's just his birthday and he's back here passed out, taking a nap, sort of thing. But it kind of worked out pretty good because the other day I decided to make a new channel away from this, and I almost deleted this, and somebody said, no, don't do that because, well, for whatever reasons. But anyway, so I'm probably keep this one, do Jack trivia for a while. I may do this week and next week and see how it goes. And then either maybe pick a different day to do it or just do it less current, sort of thing. Haven't quite decided, but I mean, I love doing the trivia, but it's not a big priority in my life, especially right now with trying to get up, another channel up and going with somebody. And actually we did, my gosh, he's the editor, plain and simple. But I plan on going down there probably every few weeks or at least once a month. And he's going to teach me step by step how to do some editing stuff, or at least editing software or stuff like that for just the videos themselves. Because originally I wanted to take the 3-hour one that I just did on the desmoid tumors and break it up into like topics, because there is actually somewhat of a layout. I like a lot of what I said, but there are things that, I misspoke a few times. So I was talking about I think one time it was like just for, nothing major, but, talking about how my chemo pills like $2,800 a month. And I said later on, I think $28 is being paid by like On-Call 360. And it's not less than $2,800 sort of thing. So yeah, it was woohoo. But anyway, then I realized, like I said, that I wasn't changing web pages. I thought I was. I would say, hey, right here it's saying blah, 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 thinking that everybody else was saying it, and they didn't. So if I could actually have kind of somehow went back, used my, say, most of the audio to it, and then be able to just go ahead and put the page, manually, I would have done that sort of thing. But yeah, it all worked out. But I had a blast down there. I went to put my clothes into the washer as soon as I got home before I was going to go lay down. And all I heard was, I smell smoke. And I say, yeah, you do, because I was at a bonfire with a bunch of people. And yeah, we had a lot of great conversations down there too. Not just necessarily about, and believe it or not, for anybody who knows, I really don't like politics per se, but maybe it's just different in person. I just don't get it, because there are a lot of different topics that were talked about, and no one really got upset about it. Everybody accepted, what somebody else has, said, maybe some clarification or whys. sort of thing. But not, oh, you're stupid feeling, if that makes any sense. But, um, and there were both, can't say the percentage of, say Republicans per, atheist, because I don't know, don't care. It was just one of those, environments, type of thing. But no one really got mad at who, because there's a lot of people talking, oh, I'm voting for Trump regardless. And I said, well, if it came push come to shove, then I would have to vote for Trump. But and as much as I hated Obama, honestly, if Michelle would run, I would probably have to vote for her over Trump. I have a little bit more respect maybe for her than I do for Biden, just for the fact that Biden isn't going to last much longer, other than, and I don't like a lot of his, policy sort of thing. But, yeah, it's just, I even got in some alphabet community, sort of things, and had a lot of positive feedback that they can't believe what, the thing that happened with just that one thing. And then all of a sudden you're anti-trans or, a bigot or what have you, sort of thing. But anyway, don't care. Going on. Welcome back, Mod. Are you feeling any better? Or are you still yada, yada, yada? I don't want to say out loud per se, but okay, I need to close this one. There we go. But yeah, just so you know, there he is. There's the birthday boy passed out. As you can see, all the stuff I'm trying to get put up just because. Yeah, he's passed out. And then when I get done with this, see, and that kills me. But there for a second, not that I felt like my life fell apart by any means. It's just that people just leave it at that. Yeah, I understand from that point. But actually now I am more refreshed, rejuvenated. Of finding people that really have stood by me, to be honest. And then I got my little dog to sleep with, and he finally made it to a year old. I told him today that he's going to have to outlive me. I'm dying first, and then he gets to. I don't know if I can go through another pet. It's going to be bad enough if I outlive even my cat, but when she goes, that's going to be a hard one too, because I've had her 12 years now, or maybe going 13. But she's getting old, but she still acts like a kitten. She still thinks she's a dog, all that stuff. And yeah, she don't take crap from either the puppy or the pit, which the pit actually is full-blown scared of the cat. Now it's funny, and now that he's got the puppy to team up with him, he gets a little bit more brave. Honestly, right now, I'm not stressed out. That's why I could talk to you earlier like I did, just for the fact that I'm fine. I'm a duck, literally. I mean, if people would realize that once I calm down and get, not pissed anymore, I might see it a different way. But when you feel like you're pushed in a corner, that's, where I was coming from. Constant, and, and watching, what you have to say. I'm not living that way anymore. And I don't know if I've told you this, but when your mom comes to you after hearing this, because she got up, shut my door, then after it was all said and done, I went in to get a drink, and she said, "Can I say something? You won't get pissed?" Because I said, I know you're upset right now. I said, "Okay, yeah, fine. You're my mom. You can say what you want." And she said, and I don't mean this necessarily in a bad way, but I can't believe that you would allow anybody to talk to you that way, nevertheless tell you what to think, feel, and believe. And I said, well, this is just one issue. I kind of understand. No, she goes, all the time. She says, you don't realize how much I hear because you are so loud, And then what's again, another silver lining. It's the first time in a long time that me and her could talk about, say, politics. Everybody's under the impression that, and even to even go further, and I'll probably lose track of what I said, don't even care. But the other night it was Reg, Madge, and even Jester. And we're talking about politics and my beliefs. Because I said, really, I register as a Republican and I lean right. And the only reason I say I lean right, I guess, would be because of the gun thing. So I have a thing that I wanted to look at, and I actually went through it with both of them, and because I think Jester said that I sound more progressive, which I don't know if that's even a bad thing or a good thing. I know I keep her out of my life. She's such a hard critic of me, doofus. But then, going through, each column, there was one thing that I leaned right about with a qualifier, and that was guns. And then there was one that I kind of split both ways where, but I like this on this side, but this side, so there's a qualification, but everything else was pretty well to the left side. Well, then we got to talk, so I was asking, so am I too progressive to be a Republican? And everybody's, oh, yeah. And then I think Jester said, you're probably even too far or too progressive to be called a Democrat. So that's on my list of things to do, is to, probably research that at some point. Right now it's not important, just for my own personal knowledge sort of thing. But then we got into, for years, I thought basically, and I'll tell you why, that, somebody being pansexual is the same thing as being bisexual. Because I used to be, play the game or COD was part of a clan. This one girl that's like 22, 23, I think for a while I pretty much adopted her as her grandfather. I mean, that's how I felt. And I wasn't even near as old as I was now. I may be 40, sort of thing. But, we're getting to talking about something. And then she said something about her girlfriend. And I said, okay, I'm not judging by any means. This is way before I ever come to YouTube, before I knew anything about any of this stuff. And I said, you just said you had a girlfriend, but you always talk about your boyfriend. And she goes, well, I'm pansexual. And I said, what exactly is pansexual? And she said that she was attracted to both sexes, which now I guess I'll finish my story. And it's like, okay, so what you're saying is you're bisexual. And if not, correct me. I don't want to use the wrong term, and this was before like even pronouns and all that. This is, was totally new to me. And basically said, yeah, that's it. Well, the other night, I found out that I've been thinking the wrong thing about that term. So it's like I learned stuff, and even after all the I noticed all the BS, everything's BS. So, yeah. She's going to stream. She's always going to stream. It's in her blood. She just has to learn to take it not so personal. And then, you find out who your friends are really. And just, not that you have to cut them out necessarily, but, definitely watch yourself where you don't take it so personal. And that's, I guess, where I got. I want to, but I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with just doing what you want to do streams on Missing Mod. Say if it wasn't religion or wasn't, like I said, do it on painting, do it on something you enjoy, and leave it at that. Just the way I feel. But who am I? Just the old guy who's a bigot. I know that's not funny, but it is. I don't care. I got to laugh about it. I'm not going to let it affect my life, or, I'll just let my actions speak once I calm down again, I guess. Learned of the missing channel from Father Charles stream, but still had to double check my list to verify. Upchuck told you. But, I am sweating. Yeah, and actually, it was that group that I was talking to before that 6-hour stream. Oh my God, like 2 hours what was ranting, and the next 4, I think, give or take, was actually turned into a great conversation for me anyway. I learned, like I said, a lot of stuff, and found people that cared about me, I guess. And that's what gave me the idea to really finally do the desmoid tumor stream, even though I screwed it up. But I'll change that eventually. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it over here or on my new channel. Hey, Barnaby, how you doing, buddy? I am so glad to see you. Yeah, you can see the birthday boy back there passed out. We're going to do his second. Well, we did it. We already did it once, real quick, but had to split his. Why is this side? I always get the side sticking up so much. I just took a shower, but yeah, had to share half his cake with the pit. So we're going to then spend the next 2 days probably giving each one an eighth of a cake so they can finish it off. Because I ain't eating that stuff. It's specifically made for a dog, and at Walmart, believe it or not, Mom's got connections. So somebody asked me, "Well, how does it taste?" I said, "Hell, I don't know. It's for dogs." Originally, I was going to get a liverwurst cake or something that he would eat. Pork chop cake? No, not pork chop. Probably like a steak or something. But yeah. Yeah. See, and that's what I need to change. That's what, and I didn't even notice that until I was listening to it on the way back. Just I took mental notes, which doesn't help, but I'll have to go back and look at it again. Plus, Deanne, that's part of the Facebook Desmoid group, actually asked for a link to it so she could watch it. And I said, yeah. I said, give me any honest criticism. And I told her everything that I already knew. Yeah, everything's great here. I just spent the weekend in Kentucky, in Louisville. A buddy of mine invited me months ago, real quick again, to go to a pagan atheist. And basically, it was just a cookout, bonfire, get together. I didn't drink. I don't usually drink anyway. But had a good time, had great conversation, sweet sort of thing. But yeah, even my buddy down there said, well, if they got problems with you, send them my way. I said, really? No, you don't want that. Not that he can't handle it, but I said, you don't need that over, on your channel. Plus, we're doing a channel together to boot. So we're going to try to keep it kind of on the DL for a while. And if people, want to track me down, I guess you can't stop them. The new channel win. Right now, we're in the process of getting it up. He's doing all that. Well, we did some of it this weekend. We did 6 videos that he's going to edit. And it's not even, I can't even, it's a little bit of everything. It's going to be a hodgepodge, but he already has his political channel, which he's invited me to, and I'm actually sub, but I just never go because I don't talk politics. But they do a little bit more than that over in politics. He is a atheist. His wife is a pagan, sort of thing, and she's the type. And I don't know how many I've looked into it at times, but really. So do you know where? Oh gosh, Brandenburg is just outside of Louisville. It's like 40 minutes or 30 or whatever it is. What's weird is I was going to go through Louisville to get there, and he said, no, don't go through Louisville. That's the long way. So I ended up taking like 65 down to, God, I remember, is that 64 or 135? I've been on so many roads the last couple of days. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick. Because if I don't have it, did I close that window? Oh, well. Hey, BBM, how you doing? Good to see you too. Yeah, so if you know where Brandenburg is, Barnaby, that's pretty much where I was this whole weekend. It's like, I believe it's, southwest of Louisville. Damn it. Now I'm going to have to do this. Yeah, southwest, type of thing. Yeah, it's not too far away. So if I would have went through Louisville, he said it would have been like a 3-hour and 15 or 20-minute drive. Because on a map, to me, it looks like it's 15 minutes away. And he said, no, it's like 30 minutes. And that's where he works. Hold on. Let me get the map open. Or Brandenburg. I keep saying Brendan. I don't know why I say Brandenburg. Boom. Yeah, I'm not looking at chat. Sorry. Oh, come on. Give me a map. Oh, here it is. Map of, well, I guess I should have put it in Kentucky, unless there's more. Sure enough, there's one over in, where is it? East Germany. Try this one more time. Kentucky. Oh my goodness! Come, oh there it is. Yeah, I've heard so many cities because I mean, meeting a bunch of people. You know, they're all telling me where they're from. Okay, there's Brandenburg. Try to see so there's a town called Midway. What, you know, a little further off. I think this is in Indiana though, like Muckport. I've never heard of. There's Doe Valley. There's a Doe Valley Lake. Wait a second. Let me. And see now on the scale that I've got it on now, Louisville looks like a lot further away. Here we go. Actually, more things are popping up. There's Eden. Ekron is south of it. Lakota. That might be an Indiana part of this. Oh, E-Town. I see where E-Town is. No, even further. If you go straight southwest from Elizabeth as the crow flies, you'll run right into Brandenburg is where we were at. I was at. Okay. Which I could put in there how far it is away from Elizabethtown, but it looks like maybe it's 20 minutes. Well, because since it's just outside of Louisville, probably 30 minutes, 20 minutes to Brandenburg. Here we go. Better yet, let me just do this. Gosh, I forgot to have this tool. Let's use it. Okay, there's the map. Share. Okay, I first got to see. I guess there we go. I won't be able to see because I'm making this full size so I can see what it looks like to you peoples. Okay, I'll make it bigger later when I go back over. Oh, come on, go. Okay. Well, this is going to make it worse. Okay, there's Brandenburg. I'm going to have to make it even smaller. Ooh. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. See, right here is that's what you're talking about. Elizabeth is there. Unless you're talking about like Elizabethtown, but Elizabeth, that's when you're talking about. So there, and there's, Brandenburg. But then if I scoot it over, let it catch up, right? All this is St. Louis. Gosh, Louisville. But I cut over on, where's the Brandenburg? Because oh my gosh, somebody just didn't lose it. Come here, you get go. Oh, maybe I go down. Nope, it's dead. There we go. Oh, there it is. So I took this into it. So I got to find 135. I knew I got a 135 at some point. I think even a 64 from 65. I can't find 65. Interstate 65. Yeah, over here. Wherever the town is, over here, like 37 miles out of Indianapolis, whatever that turned into, take the 135 down. If that helps any, Barnaby. Oh, okay. Oh, and that's what I thought it was, but I seen Elizabeth. I said, oh, maybe that's what you're talking about. Okay. I'll look for Elizabeth later just to get a better idea about where you might be. Oh, when you were saying 15 minutes, I said, heck, I'll be there every 2 weeks or so. We can meet up, have lunch if you wanted to. Yeah. I hope you had fun this weekend, Barnaby. And everybody, actually. Yeah, it's what I needed, I guess, to get away, get refreshed, and forget about all the bullshit that goes on in life for a minute. Even the medical bullshit. Okay, now you got me curious. Okay, is this still shared? Oh, gosh. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. Here, we'll leave it on here for a second. It's not like I got anything important to say. Okay. Elizabeth. Oh, there it is. No, that's North Carolina. I got Kentucky right there. It's not even popping. I'm going to keep going. Oh, you're a butthole. Okay. Unless I spelt it wrong. There it is. Just popped up. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, there's Brandenburg. And then there's Elizabethtown. If you're close to Elizabethtown, so you're probably not that far, really. Let's get directions. 'Cause I know how to get to Brandenburg. Damn, see on the map. Oh, no, that's Indianapolis. I didn't do it yet. Oh, come on. Why isn't it not? Oh. Why? There it goes. Let's try to see if it works this time. There it goes. Brandenburg, Kentucky. That says it's only about, well, okay, depending on where you are from Elizabethtown, then it's like 40 minutes. So you're probably even about another hour or so if you're using Elizabethtown as a reference. Oh, you're in Shelbyville? Yeah, I drive past Shelbyville in Indiana, of course, on 65. Okay, we're doing this. I might have to make a trip just down to Shelbyville. Oh, I did it again. Oh. There it is. So it's an hour from the whoa. Oh, you're on the other side. Okay, I got you. Okay. So then say if I'm coming from where I live, you dumbass, come on. My life is not wanting to cooperate right now. What? Oh, wait, I guess I gotta take it off. There we go. Okay. There I am, New Ross, Indiana. See, you're almost, no, actually, because like if I'd put in Brandenburg, I think it says it's like 2 hours and 43 minutes or something like that from where I live. You're like 10 minutes closer, sort of thing, because I just would take 65 straight down instead of jumping over on 135. Oh, nice to know. Well, if I'm ever that way or think I'm going to be down that way, I'll try to let you know. Maybe we could do lunch or something. It'd be nice to meet you, to be honest, if you'd want to. But I say we all go to Missing Maud's house and hang out and have a party. Unless she left me too. Come back. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, there are caves there in Shelbyville. It seems like everywhere in Kentucky there's caves, it seems like. Here we go. Definitely. Well, I lived in Florida, other than the blue hairs and yeah. See, I'm actually, if I ever get my head out my ass, I mean, this is for some closure for me in between. See, I went back to live with my sperm donor my junior year. And no, I'm the worster. Obviously, I'm the worst one. At least you don't have people quite stalking you as much as me, it seems like, popping in and out just to see what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, I need to go back to Sarasota, Florida, which is the area we used to live in when I was, a kid down there between Bradenton. We've lived in Sarasota, and then we ended up for years living on Anna Maria Island before we moved up here. I'll be your stalker if you want. Yeah, I've got them. I've already been told, but not even care. They can keep tabs if they want. I'm going to still say and do what I want. But I just don't want it to affect other streams like my buddies. Like I was saying. But anyway, yeah, I went down there my junior year to live with my illogical father, and because I got into it with my mom, and I, of course, I was a rebel, and at that time, I still thought my illogical father was Superman, like an idiot. But anyway, and this is part of the reason I hate Christmas. I don't hate Christmas. It's just. I mean, when you lose somebody around Christmas, it's harder, to appreciate it, sort of thing. But one night, my grandmother had a stroke. Once they got to the hospital, they figured out she had stroke. They ended up finding out that she had terminal cancer, breast cancer, and that she wasn't supposed to live very long, about like me. It was kind of weird, you know, anywhere from 3 to 6 months, you know, unless I'm just trying to put the two together. And it might have been just 3 months. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but she didn't want me to come visit her in the hospital. She didn't want me. And now I understand. Back then I had a hard time understanding that as a 15-year-old kid who worshiped my grandmother. Literally I did. But anyway, so on Christmas, I was supposed to come back up here anyway. And, oh, no, matter of fact, I was already up there when, no, I was still down there because she had that stroke when I was there and all that. So I was going to stay, and they said, no, just go, you know, do what you need to do. We need to figure out what's going with her. But then when I got back here, they're like, you know, she didn't want me to come back watching her to go through this, which I totally respect. I honestly do. But then, like I said, I just didn't grasp it. And my grandmother literally had the most beautiful handwriting I have ever seen in the world. And as the months, and she actually ended up living like 3.5 years. I just can't imagine, you know, how bad she might have got, you know, or what quality of life, because I wasn't there, but just by her handwriting, it went from beautiful to basically chicken scratch. She always called me the, you know, her number one, you know, grandchild. Not that she didn't love my brother or my sister, but, you know, I was, you know, the one that always, you know, clinging on to her sort of thing. So when she passed, and my dad, or my, I hate to that's a slip. He wasn't that. My illogical father couldn't even call me to tell me that she had passed. He had his stepwife do it. And, you know, I said, okay, you know, thank you. I was upset, obviously, crying, whatever I did. Can't remember, but I remember asking. I said, Brenda, can you ask my dad if he can send me some pictures of her so I can, you know, show them to my kids, have them to remember, you know, all this stuff. And this might explain a lot of why I'm, you know, some people might think I'm stubborn or a dirtbag or a dickhead or, you know, big, whatever. I don't care. But she said, yeah, never thought much of it because he never followed through it, you know, with anything. And literally my illogical father on paper was literally a millionaire several times over. And I can actually talk about that because it's kind of quinky dinky that what he did, you know, and I'm an atheist, is, you know, but he had nothing to do with this because he was an atheist too. But anyway, got a box, you know, shook it up, and it sounded kind of like it could be like baseball cards or, you know, pictures. It says, got to be pictures. He never sends anything up. So I opened it up, looked at it, started bawling, you know, like a little baby bitch, bawling. Here comes my mom running there thinking something awful happened, and said, what's wrong? And I said, look what that, well, I won't cuss, you know, what that MFer did, da-da-da-da-da. She looked in the box and she flipped out. She was going to call him. I said, don't do it. Don't give him the satisfaction, you know, knowing that it pissed me off. But anyway, when she looked in there, she saw that, yes, he did send many pictures of her, but he had ripped up every one of them, almost, you know, like a puzzle. So I spent 3 weeks with all these things trying to, and I suck at puzzles. I get bored with them, you know, sort of thing. But finally got the pictures, you know, had tape on it and this, that, and the other. And yes, you know, I get an idea of what it was. And thank goodness mom had some already from when she had left, you know, just to tell him what kind of narcissistic son of a bitch he is. Because he's also the type, and I'm not exaggerating, which, you know, to me, it's, he, like I said, he's a millionaire on paper many times over. He literally drank a fifth of scotch or a fifth of 12-year-old scotch every day of his life. He, you know, only eats like filet mignon and stuff like that. But well, you know, as a kid, he would eat that, but yet make the kid, you know, make us eat like beanie weenies. But, you know, and I really don't feel bad about that because kids like probably or appreciate beanie weenies maybe more than that. But he is so bad with women. He's a misogynistic SOB that my brother went down there to visit him with his wife, or his girlfriend, sorry, and a buddy and his wife down there. And my dad, you know, once they got there, oh, we better eat. Sent his wife to the store and said, well, get 3 steaks and some hamburger for you two ladies. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. And that just tells you how narcissistic, you know, he is, sort of thing. But yeah, so I tried everything I could not to be, like him. And that's a lot of reason why I really don't drink that much. He's very abusive mentally and physically with my mom, and more mentally abusing with us. But I can remember, and back then it wasn't such a big deal. You got to remember, I was born in '64. But if him and mom would get into it, it'd be nothing for him to take me with him to the bar. I'd sit up there, on the bar stool, and everybody, oh, look at the, to all hours of the morning. And the good thing about this was that, like I said, my dad's got money. He would buy a drink, say, back way back then, say, which maybe was less, maybe more, but just say the drink was $1, and he gave, the bartender $5. My dad would give me the $4. So I'd put it in my pocket. Every time he'd buy something, he would, I kept the change, and I came home with a wad of money. Well, he first got pissed off because I was going to take me, my brother, and my sister out to go buy some stuff, share the wealth. Well, he first got pissed off about that, but then mom turned around and said, there's no way you're somebody your age needs to have that sort of money, which I kind of understood, but I still, now I do, I guess. But back then it's like, no, he gave it to me. Yeah, I should too. Let's start doing this together. That's what I need. Chemo and drinking. Yeah, you don't want to start drinking, especially about other people. Let me see if I can. Shelbyville. Please do. I wrote, no one is talking to me. Your dad's hand. Oh, really? Yes, I've got. It's even gotten worse over the years. So I don't hardly write anymore. I went to write my list, or I might go show you. I wrote when I did my desmoid tumor, a little outline, and it's like, oh my God, my handwriting is even more atrocious now than ever. But so I need to start writing so I can remember how to, write again and make it so people could read it. Otherwise, I should have been a doctor. No, you don't need to drink. What you need to do is what you want to do, and drinking's not it. Whatever it is you want to do, you need to do it and be happy with it, or find something that makes you happy, or learn to turn it off. Okay, consider the source, consider the sources, or where it's coming from, and realize it's not you. Well, maybe it is. No, I'm kidding. You can't let other people live your life. I've always been that way. Well, until recently, now I got it back. So missing mod with God, all things are possible. Don't make me start, acting like I'm your minister or something, give you the standard answers. No. But so if it's not possible, then could that possibly mean that it's not realistic? What you're asking for, or that it's, because I don't want you necessarily to say what it is, because, this, privacy and all, but I mean, if it's somebody else, you can't control somebody else's thoughts. If it's to, go to Hawaii, you don't have the money. Well, there's not much you can do about that. Save up, or, whatever the case may be. I don't know, that about you. But if it's not realistic, then maybe you need to, and I'm going to say, I hate using the word need, because just because I say it doesn't mean you need to, maybe you should reevaluate. Is that a better word? I'm not trying, by any means, I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. I mean, I'd hate for you to see you start drinking again, but if you decide to drink again, and I can't say I'm going to support you, but I'm still going to be there by your side, maybe laughing at you, when you're falling over on, wearing heels or something. I don't know do you even wear heels ever? All women do, don't they? I don't even know. It's been so long, to be honest. Okay, he moved. Now he's in his ball. I'm not going to drink. Well, if that's the only reason, honestly, if that's the only reason that keeps you from drinking, then hey, like I said, I know your history, but if you've had problems with it in the past, then okay, if that's your excuse not to do it, then use it. Make it work for yourself. Whatever that is. I've never heard of that. Whatever a lay down shoe is. I've got a friend that calls, and this is the girl telling me this, and this isn't a joke. This isn't me being bad. I know I'll screw it up, but she called, no, hovelation, or gosh, basically evolution. Take off the first part and put a hoe, meaning that when she puts them all, she feels like a hoe that's been raised taller or something, because she's really short. I'd have to write it down to be able to maybe pronounce it, but then I probably still wouldn't pronounce it. But yeah, I always get a giggle at it when she talks about hers. High heels or lay down. I still don't get it. How? Okay, to me, how are you going to lay down? Unless you're talking about. Wait, let me go back, make sure, because I don't want to say a bad one. I guess I just don't get it yet. Maybe I can Google it. It'll tell me. Lay down shoes, because I've never heard that term. Okay, there's lay down dawn sneakers. Images for lay down shoes. But everything looks like they're all Snickers and stuff. Lay down shots, ideas, whatever the hell that is. Sneakers or slides. 64 lay down shots. 10 best stores near Alabama or Alamo, California. Okay, I don't see it. Okay, maybe I need to go ask somebody in my life and say, show me a pair of lay down shoes and see what they come out with, if they know what it is. Of all the ways to be high drunk is my least favorite. To be high drunk. Oh yeah, I totally agree. I'm so glad that, like I said, most of it is because of my illogical father. I mean, I drank a lot back in the day, and thank goodness I never, it was a major issue with me. And like this year, I haven't had a single beer, but even over, say, an average year in the last 15 at least, if not, almost my 2 decades of dealing, with this desmoid tumor thing. If I had, earlier, maybe if I've had 3 or 4 drinks, that was about the average for a year. Now it's like 1 or 2. And like I said, I haven't even drank. And I was just at a party last night, or a bonfire, whatever you want to call it. And there was alcohol galore and other things. Yeah. If I had a substance abuse last night, might have not have been the best thing. But I just have not even self-control. I just have no desire to do it. Now I smoke some, which I do here, but with the total blessing of my oncologist, just because of the medical part of it. And I haven't actually smoked until last night for probably 2 weeks because I've been out, and I'm trying to decide if I want to smoke some more or go back and, smoke or take a bigger break. But really after the sleeps, because I have insomnia and it really does help me sleep, if anything else, but then definitely the nausea that it helps me with. God, what? There's like 5 things. And right now I can't think of it but 2. Sleep. Appetite, which is 3. Anyway. Yeah. My favorite way to get high really is on airplanes. I love flying on airplanes and just looking out and see how high we are. Of course, I don't like the thoughts of, oh, wow, wonder if we're going to crash. That part I don't like. But, yeah. Yeah, for me, I mean, I do it recreational once in a while, I got for medical more than once in a while, but really I smoke it so much for medical that I don't have to worry about medical because I'm always nauseous, but I don't always smoke. Never, really. Well, that's going to change since you're coming up here next month. No, she's not. I'm kidding. Don't want to get that one started. But yeah, and for anybody, and see, I've talked to other people, like even last night I talked, whoa, an ounce will last me maybe a week. And I tell them literally that an ounce lasts me for months. And of course, the more I do it, and if I don't take breaks, the more, edibles. Oh yeah, I've done those a little bit. My problem though, Barnaby, with edibles, because I'm a fat guy, that's not body shaming. That's just a fact. Of course, everybody, no, you're not fat. You're just big bone. No, I'm fat and I know it. But anyway, is that I do like a good brownie. Now, good brownies and munchies isn't very good because my fear is, okay, I see a pan or even a bag or whatever of edibles. Say, and I'm using that because I don't like gummies. I hate gummies. And I'm not talking, all gummies. You vape. Yeah. But like when I went, well, just to show you, it's funny. The only iron that Walmart had today, I went in to get iron because I had major deficiencies, are these chewable ones. And literally, I've had this 3 or 4 months and haven't taken them until I just started to. And I said, okay, I need to take care of myself, health, wealth, mentally and physically. And it's only that part. And it started there. Yeah, I just have a hard time with them. But if it's a brownie, I would eat that whole pan. And what happens? The more you eat, the more you're going to have munchies, and the higher you get. And see, I do it outside. I don't ever, even when I lived by myself, I went outside and smoked because I don't want that smoke in my house. Even vaping, I get pissed off when people come in and vape, because vaping, I can't stand the smell of some vaping. And back then, when I lived by myself before I moved in to help with Dad, before, when he had his double lung transplant, there were many things that triggered, the blockage that I had. And I'm talking about like grease. I can't stand the smell of it a lot of times. Bacon, which I don't like eating anyway most of the time, but just it cooking. Lavender spray just happened to trigger it a few times. And now I get up and my mom, Mom's been on this kick where she has to do toast and she likes it well done. Well, if I get up and go in the kitchen, I don't even know I have to go all the way to the kitchen. I smell that burned toast and it starts making me nauseous. So yeah, I just, let me see. Vaping. Yep. Smoke too much. I would love to leave. Ain't going to DL though ever. Yeah, I don't blame you that anyway. Cause edibles take too long. Yeah. I've watched my buddy, do the, okay. If I use the wrong term, please correct me. God knows I've had enough of this. It's what, butter, whatever, some kind of butter for it. THC butter or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, to me, and it just seems like, wow, that's a lot of waste because it goes down to nothing sort of thing. But my buddy, what was it he made that day just to be a smart ass? And now when it comes to pot and measurements, I'm clueless. You think I'd be, almost 60 here, smoked most of my life, and I would know what that was. But I want to say like 28 grams of butter to make one batch, or maybe it was even worse than that. I could actually text him and ask him, but it was like I was so afraid to try them, but they were good, but they put me on my butt. Wait a second. I missed edibles take too long. I'll take a gummy from a toothless lady. Oh, doofus, you're a doofus. That's a gum job. Yep. That's what we always joked about back in the day. I've had that. You've had a gum job? What was the job? Selling gum or making gum? Or performing the gum job? Anyway, THC fat. Is that what it's called? Really? Because I know they use the term butter, but I'm not saying you're wrong. But anyway, but I remember I'm not necessarily talking to my brother right now because he's either in Vegas or something. But okay, yeah, that just seems like a waste when I could just either. And what sucks is, you think if I'm smoking, I'd be able to roll. I honestly cannot roll a joint to save my ass. I do use like the cigarette roller things. Greatest thing in my life, but I like smoke. Matter of fact, I found this on the road. Can anybody tell me what this is? Yeah, I just bought this one months ago and I wanted to try it. I actually kind of like it, but I need to clean it, obviously. But I like my glass, and I've even got glass that I've never used, before. You see, I like blunts. Hey, Speedy, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I like smoking blunts because I don't, God, this is weird. I smoke cigars, but I don't inhale. And I'm not Clinton. When I was younger, I had asthma and bronchitis really, really bad. So, and that's probably a big reason why I'd never smoked cigarettes, but I did smoke pot. And one night I either, smoked my normal amount. I started turning blue. They rushed me to the hospital, and there's, said, I was probably lucky to be alive. As long as it took to get to the hospital as blue as I was, poor thing. Maybe that explained my brain damage or my brain damage. Sort of thing. Sub to the new channel. Well, put your link in here if you want, Missing Mod, or unless you don't want it out there. I don't know. I got to do that still too then. Then take off your old one if it's really gone. Gone. ASOB. I'm guessing he meant, hey, Missing Mod. There you go. The new and improved Missing Mod show. Ta-da. Oh, wait, that means I got to get on. Hold on. Oh. I got to pull up my stream so I can do that. I can't click it here. Come on. Give me a sec, just so I don't forget this, because then I'm not even sure if my I didn't even have to do that. You dumb. Oh, yes, I did. There it is. It's going to say I was trying to click Missing Mods, but no, I'm trying to get the link to a new one. Ta-da. Uh-oh, he's moving. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, I can't see because I'm on this one. There we go. Wait, let's go back here. Oh, happy birthday, baby. Wait a second. Did that? Oh, don't freeze up. It froze up. Okay, this one didn't. All right. I'm looking. Okay, I got to get rid of the lay down shoes, the Kentucky, Elizabethtown, or Shelbyville. I'm going to shut Discord down for now. Yeah, I should have restarted this before I'd done this. Oh, there we go. I'm number 13. Hey, I'm listed in your subscriptions. Yay, me. Go me. Yeah, someday I'll actually maybe do a little bit more with that. Okay, so I can get rid of that. That. Okay, now we're back to two things. Oh, wait. Do I have another window besides this open? Let me just double check. There we go. Oh, it froze up totally. Okay, I'll just close it out. There we go. I got one window open. Sure, that's good enough for now. Happy birthday, Jack. Okay. Now I'll move my... He was up and about for... Oh, you just pushed my hand away, you butthole. Look at that dumbass. See his tail going. Jack. Look at people... The good boy, you did tail go in. Happy birthday. They all said happy birthday. Okay. You the baby boy. Yes. Don't. I'm afraid you're not licking me. All right. You did good, Bubba. Don't want to get you stirred up too much. Yeah, we're still going to go down to the creek today. It's only 6 here. Let him run around the creek for his birthday. Sub to the new one, delete the old one. That's what I'm going to have to do. I got to figure out, remember which one's which, though. I guess I'll just click on and find out. I have rolled some joints than I could, more joints than I could ever count. I smoke more, but honestly, and part of the reason I don't know how to do it, because back in the day, I never bought nothing because all my friends had it. Yep, hold on. I got to open the door for him. It's okay. You don't have to stay. Maybe you'll go get some more birthday cake. Tell her you want your doggy cake. But everybody always had it rolled. Even back then, I didn't smoke out of glass. Once in a while, we would bong it, but never so much out of glass. Plus, it was a lot harder to get than it is now, at least in my area. It's gone, never to come back. Thanks. No plans on streaming, but if I do, you'll see me. You will, because you're a diva, just like Jack. Missing Mod. I subbed while commenting on Desmoid Tumor vid last night. I was your first sub. Yay, me. Speed. No, well, the reason it doesn't have a sheet is because I washed all my covers. Well, with his black coat, he lays on it, and then I have to go back and vacuum it. Well, so I had to throw something over. And matter of fact, I can see a lot of black hairs on it now. I just threw a comfort over it it so he would, lay on it, not it. And actually, there are times where I just leave it that way when I'm washing things, and it takes me a few minutes because there's so little room in here at times. And if you saw in both corners, there's stuff stacked. Well, where the gun cabinet is, I finally got that over enough where I could make my bed. But the other side, there's one tote. And I just need to finish going through that. I'd probably just toss it all out. I mean, when it dies, it's not like I can take it with me anyway. Oh, I'm into hood. I'm into country hood. I use a comforter for a sheet and another comforter. And basically, that's what I do at times, Speedy. I'm with you. You are a diva. You go, girl, and you're allowed to be a diva. Just don't let people treat you like shit, and don't let people tell you what to do. And you'll be much happier. Look at me. What could possibly go wrong in my birthday? What could possibly be wrong in my world? Don't change, MM. We love you. That's what I told her earlier. I went on this soapbox thing, probably 45 miles long of, don't change, be you, and don't let people, get to you sort of thing. No, Beyonce is not an opera singer, and she's a diva. What about Mariah Carey? Supposedly. And so am I, Missing Mod. Maybe that's why we get along so well. Maybe we should just delete all our channels, do one together, and use the superpowers that we both have, the same one that we discussed earlier. We can do body counts and stuff. Get a stick, we'll put notches on it. I'm a survivor. The best one that they've ever done, I don't know why I like it the best, is Say My Name. Say my name, say my name. And I know I just butchered it. Sorry. That's what I do. I'm a butcher. But at least I got YouTube and a puppy. See, but that's all you need, Missing Mod. You got YouTube and the puppy. What more could you possibly want? How about I'm the ass and you're the blue Smurf? I can do that. We won't do politics. We won't do religion on our channel. We'll do whatever we decide to do and have fun and become YouTube superstars. Yes. You'll be the commentary person. There you go. And I will be the comic relief, like I always have been. That's what's made me famous, other than pissing people off. So maybe those are my two superpowers. Yours is pissing people off and commenting. A commentary. That's really not my genre of music. Everyone's your genre of music, Speedy. And the show and the way it looks. I love that part. I like the intros and all the logos. Yeah, and you do great. I mean, I love the stuff you've done for me, literally. That's why I kept coming to you. Oh, yeah, that's the third one. Forgot that one because I can do that too. The professional troll. I'll just be the host. You are the main guy. No. The host is the main guy. I'll be your sidekick. You'll be Johnny Carson. I will be Ed McMahon. We'll do a lot of shtick. See, we'll get it set up so this way when you're doing painting videos on purpose by accident, it goes everywhere and everybody will laugh. There we go. I'll be over here being your co-partner, bring the dogs down there. I'll actually accidentally slip and fall in the water and have the dogs, rescue me. Yeah, I think we can do this. Well, Jack's the Lord here, so I'm just good at stuff myself. There you go. Speed's going to be the music director and his kazoo. That works for me. That's why people like me. I've always thought that because I suck. I'm actually annoying. I wasn't using the annoying part, maybe. Well, see, and that's where I have a problem. I mean, and I do know I've got some, and even after this, I really know who they are. But you really don't know, until crunch time. About things, if that makes sense. And of course, I mean, I'm not the best friend either. I guess online, especially. I mean, I still have that mentality that I'm not saying that online isn't real by any means, but and I know a lot of people disagree. But see, I'm not into online relationships, as far as, oh, we're dating. I don't know. I know other people do, but for me, I just can't get into that, or I just don't think it's real. Plus, I'm the type that if I'm with somebody, they get all my attention. I mean, I shower them, with gifts, but, other than, that. But I'm also not clingy. I don't have to be there all the time. But, if I'm at work or say here and whoever I'm with is wherever they are, just to send them a text, making sure they know that you're thinking about them. That's me. Not send somebody a text, say you're thinking about them and they're 2,000 miles away. To me, that's not real. In my mind, I'm not putting anybody else down, that thinks different. 'Cause that's, I'm not going to die on that hill whatsoever. It's each person that decides for themselves what they do and don't like. Now, friendships, to me, they can be real. They can be, but then again, we can be anything we want online. So you never really truly know. And eventually it does come out. And it has a few times for me, to be honest. Whether, people want to say that, I was the non-friend or I say the other way. I don't care. I don't even say that. Shit didn't work out. Move on. That's just part of life. And go for round 3 or 4 or 5 or wherever you're at. You just have to make sure. Because okay, we got the kazoo. Okay, we found out missing mod sucks. Okay. We can make a business opportunity out of that one. Okay, on friend. Don't ask Gigi, though. He will say, you're the angel lady. I love Gigi. As goofy as he can be at sometimes, I love Gigi. He'd be one of the ones, if I left, literally, especially on your side of the world, on your channel, I would miss him. Because every time, I always talk about with the same crap that he, about Lucifer smoking weed in heaven. I just think that's hilarious as hell still. You just have disagreements with some of your friends. That's all part of exactly, Speed. If they're friends, they'll understand. You'll work it out. If not, it was never meant to be, sort of thing, and move on. The one thing that reinforced in my mind is, once again, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all people all the time, which is totally true. But also, you can't give up yourself just to try to please people so they like you or agree with you, or you're still one of the cool kids. I refuse to do that. And, that's that. I mean, there's so many. It's just, life's too short. I mean, I know you believe in an afterlife. I don't. So this is my one and only go around. I'm going to make the most of it. Yes, there's going to be, dips in the road. And I mean, my whole life, if you even watch part of, or, certain sections of my desmoid tumor, my whole life has been a roller coaster just based on this desmoid tumor thing. So yeah, I'm used to the roller coaster, but I'm a fighter. I am. I might be upset about, how certain things may or may not have turned out. But then once again, I'm the silver lining guy. Maybe that's my 4th superpower. I can find a positive out of everything. Well, most things. I still have yet to figure out the positive of, like losing a loved one or something, but most everything else. If I woke up tomorrow with herpes, I'd be wondering, well, first off, who gave it to me? It's been 8 years, but plus 8 years, but I'd find a positive out of that somehow, I'm sure. What happened to your channel, MM? I was busy. Okay, yeah, I'll let her explain that. I found Ken Hovind, and now my life is not the same. Okay, turn it into a positive. If there's something negative about that, change your life. Maybe that's what you needed. If that was a positive thing, then make it a positive thing for you. I mean, as much as hell as I gave, well, more than everybody else, with you being a Hovidite, you have to make it work for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you what to think or believe until you feel like that's what you need to think or believe. Even me, I mean, and I know everything. Well, besides Speed. Speed knows it before me. And then I follow his lead because just like trivia, he's always right. Let me do this because actually somebody asked me the other day. Here we go. Yeah, at least for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be at 8 o'clock. If anybody cares or is interested, and I'm going to go from there. I will just leave it at that. Okay. I hope everything's okay with you and your family and all your friends. Everything is great. Thank you, Speed. Right on. That's great. LOL. We're right on it. Yeah. And I actually kind of like these small streams now, just for the fact that I don't have to entertain everybody, just a few, which actually was, if Speed and MM are the only two in here ever, hell, they entertain me. I can kick back and relax and take a break. After all, Missing Mod's a purple Smurf. Okay, I don't know which one you're talking to. I guess MM, I'm supposing. I'm a survivor. Oh, well. Oh, I was getting ready to do something. It's like, what was I going to do? I was going to get a drink. Sorry. Oh, I needed that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I only had a very few people in there. And I don't even think everybody says, oh, keep them up there, keep them up there. But last week's I deleted. Oh, I was actually taking down my stream or my channel, and I saved and backed up everything. That's why I don't have all the doggy stuff up there. But that's gonna be part of what I put on the new channel. But they're like, no. So I decided to keep it for now, at least, and at very least, just use it for Jack Black trivia, regardless if I have 1 or 100. I'm not about numbers. I don't even promote my channel. It was like, well, why don't you? It's like, I'm just doing this for entertainment. I don't want to get this turned into, at least right now, another big commitment or, some kind of to do things. My name cracks me up because it is what I do. Except when me and her go driving in my Jeep, which I don't have a Jeep, and go through a mud puddle or a water puddle, then I call her mudding mod. Sorry. Still kind of tired from last night. But I do crack me up at times. That's just what's sad. No one else but me. That's all counts. My favorite thing about streaming is the titles. Oh, I know. I would sit there and say, okay, wait a second. Just like, I'm going to tell you a story or something. It's like, what? And then, just off the wall shit that you came up with. And I'm thinking, man, this girl is crazy. Then you'd go in there and it's like the title had nothing to do with what went on in there. And maybe you need to get some sleep, girl. Whatever it takes. Roofie yourself so you pass out and sleep. Not literally, but take something if you need to be. Safe, take it. In other words, not stupid, take something. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm learning more and more. And another reason why I'm glad I did the desmoid tumor thing. It reminded me of so much I forgot about. That the whole chemo brain was really affected by sleep, stress, things like that. Now, yes, I know I'm pissing off a lot of. I'm not meaning to, but just me, and no matter what I say, it's going to be read into. So I've decided just to say it, and if somebody has a problem with it, whatever. But yeah, I thought about doing a stream. What was it? Something about like, and it's probably like a Missing Mod title, but I'm a bigot. Prove me wrong is what I was going to do as a joke. But I figured, oh man, somebody's going to flip out and make a big issue out of that one. So maybe I just need to do what you're doing, Missing Mod, make titles, and if somebody comes in, fine. If not, what have you. But see, most of the time I have a blast in Missing Mod's room, but when it starts getting right back to the same stuff I'm used to, arguing and talking about religion, it's like, man, I'm so burnt out. I come in here to cut loose and hang out with some people. I don't care if theists, if somebody needs a label, it's, whether theist or atheist, we're all there having fun, you get along for the most part. And there's a lot of people I would have never met if it wasn't for going into Missing Mod's room, Speedy being one of them. No, I'm not. I learned it from the mod, the Missing. Well, I was, and now I'm going to call her Messy Mod for a few days. She's a mess. Or was that a beautiful disaster, as they say? Fuck them. Say what you want. It's genuine. People should be grateful. Yeah, but you see what that got me. I'm not playing the victim whatsoever. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, I'm fucked. So it's just like, and the thing about it is, somebody asked me, what was it, this morning? Because once I got up, I had to wait for the kids to get up because they wanted to have breakfast with Unc and then go for a walk in the woods one more time before I left. It's like, and I love those kids. That they're just cutie cabooties. Plus, they go home or they stay there and I get to leave, sort of thing. And there's a point to the story. Give me a sec. I'll catch up. Oh, wait. Fuck them. Genuine. Blah, 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 blah. I went in the room. Somebody said, blah. Anyway, whatever it was, I remember. God, I can't remember what was said. I guess I just don't care. I really don't. I don't care. I'm going to say what I want within reason and try not to worry about it, but it's going to take me a minute to get to that point. If somebody, and I guess, if my actions haven't shown by now who I am, or if somebody wants to read into it that, yes, he is a bigot or he's, anti whatever, then so be it. I can't, other than, one little phrase, whether it's a slur or not, I'm not going to argue that point, especially after using it for months. But even after that, like on your show, Missing Mod, when I went up there and confronted, Gumball, and told him why he was, da-da-da-da-da. If I was a bigot, why would I, be defending that and not go ahead and join in, with what he says? And now to the point, I'm really say, screw it. I may just unban Bubblegum, take him for, what he, for what, with a grain of salt and not listen to it. But I really don't want to argue religion anymore for a while anyway. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, YouTube is saturated with channels like that. There are ones saturated with bigotry and, all kinds of stupid shit. Me adding to it ain't going to make it any difference. So why not just say what I say? And if somebody, that's what I was going to say, I think, was if I say or do something to offend somebody, block me. Don't come into my channel. Don't do this, that, and the other. But I know most of them can't because they have to know what somebody's saying. And that's why I said, I know people are, stalking. When I say stalking, coming in, making sure, whatever the topic is, and I don't care. I had somebody the other day sit there and say, oh, I've had 4 or 5 people. It's like, okay, I understand your point of view to a point, but I've had the same thing happen to me with this very same person. I still love her to death. Don't get me wrong, but if you consider yourselves friends, that's what you kind of do. You take the lumps and don't make a big deal out of it and go on. But, if I lose everybody and end up on this island that everybody thinks I'm going to end up on, which I'm a loner anyway. But I'm a funny guy and I know it. Just ask me. Ask Speedy. It's their loss, not mine. And that's the way I look at it, Missing Mod. Same thing with you. You are awesome. Somebody doesn't like it, then if you're such an awful person, then why do they keep coming back? Well, tell people about the new channel if you can, so we can get people if I do. You'll get people. I was going to do a all-night stream tomorrow too. Friggin' A. As much as it's probably going to kill me, I will be there right by your side if you want. I'm the dude that chases them off, remember? Oops, almost forgot to like the stream. Don't be a dumbass like me. I like this dream. Well, I can say what I want on a new show. You could have before. Don't allow people, womans. Ketchup. Ew. Well, actually, I used to like ketchup until, with all the different diets I'm on, the one thing that they kept telling me to watch out for is I always get it wrong. The corn syrup. Fuck, what's that stuff called? I hate this shit. I hate the corn syrup fructose, something like that. So I kind of got away from it. But my mom, and I hate my mom for this, she found a ketchup that's spicy, and I love it. And I love anything spicy. Really, I do. Ketchup is good on hamburgers. I want to stop caring. No, you don't want to stop caring. The problem is, just like me, you care too much. You take it personal. But with me, unlike me, when it gets to a certain point where it affects you personally, you got to let go. Honestly. I mean, there's a lot of people that if they decided not to talk to me, that I'd miss, but that's their choice. Not me. Like I said, I'm going to let my actions from now on speak for me. That's what I was going to say. I remembered it. I was told that I wasn't an ally this morning. It's like, that's fine. Or it wasn't even that. They asked me if I considered myself an ally. And I said, honestly, I've never called myself an ally once, ever, never, because I let my actions speak for me. I said, and it wouldn't even matter what I consider myself. This is just my philosophy. Nobody has to, but if I'm talking to, like, say, Missing Mod, and she thinks I'm a bigot, then in her head, I'm going to be a bigot. No matter what I say or what I say, I'm not. So they're the ones that are going to have to decide if I'm a bigot or not, and then go from there. It doesn't matter what I think, to be honest. That's what it was. Well, they didn't like that answer, but I don't care. That's the answer I came up with, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm tired of not being allowed to at least vocalize how I feel about certain things, even though I'm a progressive. Go Reg. I listen for content instead of assuming. Yeah, exactly. It's the actions. Anybody can talk the words. It's what they do in the real world. And I'm not perfect. I'd still make fun of people not behind their back, behind the scenes, so it doesn't offend anybody. But when I mean people, I don't mean, certain people. If I don't say it to your face, I'm not going to necessarily say it behind your back. But just, off the cuff, jokes or comments that might be taken offense in a public room, sort of thing. But other than, so yeah, I admit to that part of it. But Bubblegum is one of the people that made me so sad to delete my channel. I see, and I don't, and maybe if I just, once again, like I said, I might just go ahead and unban him, especially when there's SJNs in there that are, trying to get people to not say certain things or, whatever, which I understand. I'm not making fun or light of that by any means, but you have to have somebody in there and love them like Bubblegum, and not you, somebody else. It just makes no sense. So, once again, you can't make everybody happy no matter what you say. If your friends are your friends, they should be your friends. And that's where I'm coming from, Speed. Thank you for saying that, or at least having the same thought. Not that, you even like me. I'm just saying. And see, maybe this is what you should have done too. And maybe I should have done this. Just had I don't give a fuck stream, and, talk it out in the open if you need to, and see other people's reactions. People love you to death, Missing Mod. You just don't realize that. It's just the wrong people that you worry about what they think about you. They don't make you who you are. You make you who you is. There you go. Someone's negative feelings trump. Someone's negative feelings trump. Oh, I thought you were talking about the orange guy, Trump. Okay. Trump everything else. Correct. And a lot of times, well, not only that, but, one person's opinion can really turn shit, Yeah, we'll never get back into that. There we go. Thank you, Reg. High fructose corn syrup. I knew it was in there somewhere. Sriracha sriracha. I didn't even go get the bottle Mom's got. I don't even know what it is for sure, but it's spicy. And I didn't even know it was. And she makes, well, she made it for me because it was a barbecue. She just makes just a ketchup barbecue sauce, which I kind of have a hard time because of the high fructose corn syrup. But I love her meatloaf. I don't know if anybody's had this. And when I first heard it, I thought it sounded nasty. I'm addicted to this stuff. But she'll make meatloaf like 2 different patties or whatever, a bottom layer. Then she'll put like cream cheese in the middle and then put the other part of it on top of it. Then, whatever the heck she puts on, top of it, sort of thing, and bakes it. And oh my God, it is to die for. Now, if you don't like cream cheese, obviously you're probably not going to like this, and it may sound gross to people, and it did to me, but it is the best. But anyway, one day she made it with the spicy ketchup, and like I said, she didn't tell me, and I ate it, and it's like, I would have married that friggin' meatloaf. That's how good it was. And I asked her, I said, what the hell? Why is it so spicy? So she told me she found a ketchup, and she wasn't going to tell me. And it's like, oh my God, this is so good. My daughter thinks pepper is spicy. Wow. Yeah, don't come to my house. I've got literally, well, especially in the kitchen, my buddy, Craig, was my team leader in real life and the one that I do a lot of things with in the real world sort of thing. He's going through a divorce sort of thing, but everywhere he goes, there's like 2 or 3 items. If he finds it, like Kiss items, unique Kiss item. He brought me back like 4 or 5 Kiss Coca-Cola bottles, but I don't think it's Coke, but it's like Kiss pop in a bottle. And I got all 4 of the guys back there on that. Behind that tote, there's like it's actually like a triangle that fits in a corner shelf, sort of thing. But he also brings me back. If I can see some really quick, I'll show you. Unless I put them up, trying to organize. Anyway, I can't see it right now, but I've got all kinds of bottles of hot sauce he brings me, and he gets so pissed. He even brought back. Do you remember the? I guess I better catch up with chat first. But anyway, I'm saying that. Was it the hot potato chip challenge or whatever it was, and then some kid ended up dying from it. He bought 2 of them so we could do it together, and I knew right away that if it's a hot challenge, he ain't gonna be able to handle it like I do. But he kept putting it off and waited so long, actually ended up expiring, and like a month or 2 after they expired, that's when they pulled them from the shelves. But I didn't know they were already expired, so I was like, I went to get them to decide if I was going to try to do this or not. Seen the expiration, opened it up, and like snapped it in half, and it wasn't very crispy. It was pretty stale. So I wanted to do that. That sounds to me like they won't want your help moving, but they aren't moving. It's weird. It's like we can just chill and be normal. Do we have to police our conversation? I'm gonna no, I can't, because I got to do that. And I'll probably be here like till midnight, then catching up with the rest of this sort of thing. The one problem I have with this, and I had a great conversation last night at this, like I said, the pagan atheist gathering. It wasn't, like a rally or anything. It was just, a bunch of people that always get together every once in a while and they have a bonfire. But that's the one thing I had. And there were several, if not a lot of members of the alphabet community there, even ranting and raving about, the whole pronoun thing. Not that they don't feel that it's important, but it seems like that's the one topic that some people want to drone into somebody's head, and to drive people off. And it got me to thinking, this is what the conversation we're having last night, which I guess maybe that's why I'm so, not so much fuck it, but you can't please everybody, sort of thing. But it's true. If somebody comes in a room not realizing that it's alphabet, community people or, mixed, have honest questions, sometimes with some people's reactions or how they react, that would be a turnoff. I mean, looking back now, I can think of several times that if that was me, I don't think I'd ever come back to that, that channel again, regardless if I thought if I thought I was like, anti or just, didn't know anything about it, sort of thing. And that's my fear. That somebody else told me that if these people are trying to create an inclusive room or place, they're failing miserably, if that makes any sense. Because even as bold as I am, there are questions that I'm still well, that I was, afraid to ask in public because of the feedback. Somebody that was in here earlier was the same way. And it's just like, wow, the more and more, I'm out there, the more I'm learning that straight people, don't always get conversations out there. And if they want to have that conversation, they need to have real conversations about this, not just the one-sided what we want sort of thing. But I personally don't consider myself anti-trans or transphobic. And I already told you about whether I was an ally or not, but it's, once again, it's not what I think. It's what everybody perceives, each person, not everybody, but each person has to perceive that for themselves, at least in my opinion. I'm off my soapbox. Okay, here we go back to this. It's weird. Wait. Yeah, please. When you grow up in the hood, you learn to take shit. Yeah. And see, that's what, and that turned into a thing, because I've all, I don't know how many times I've been told that, by different groups or even just people in general, and no specific topics about, you can't be too thin skinned. Sometimes you have to have a thick skin, to get through life. And now that's, a negative, I guess, according to some people. I don't care. I am thick skinned. I don't care about the whole, if you've got something to say it to me and I'll take it, for what it was, for what it's worth. It's not hate, and being offended is the offended person's problem. My mom used to make, oh God, you're going to kill me, Speedy, if I read this. I know it. My mom used to make homemade spiky ketchup, and I know how to make it. I usually make it in the fall. Where do you live, Speedy? I'll come visit you. I'm just going to say what I want. I don't hate anybody either. I mean, even I don't hate a single person that was involved that I blocked this week over this whole deal. I really didn't. But for me and my well-being and my mental health, or well-being and health period in general, whether it's emotional or mental or physical health, I need to take these steps. And maybe you needed to also, Missing Mod. Maybe this is going to be some sort of silver lining for you. But really, that's up to you, whether it gets back to the way it was or whatever you don't like, because you haven't mentioned specifics, and I'm not going to push it. But the one thing I did say, you need to run your room the way you want to run it and talk about what you want to talk about. If you don't want to talk about something, tell them, I don't want to talk about this. If you just want to have fun and do paintings, and do it. Because I love watching you do it. Because, here's a blank canvas. Just like the one I said the other day, I said I loved. I think I've said that about 2,417 times since I've met you. Not that you've done that many, but it's just so friggin' neat. They are. They're beautiful. So, and if you do offend somebody, they come to you and talk to you about it, then, have that conversation with them if you feel you need to. Maybe I need to have conversations, but not the ones where I feel like I'm being told what I'm allowed and not to feel or say, and then to, say it over, 20 times, and then turn right around when everybody had to have heard it, and gaslight me on it. That's the problem that I kind of really had. Anyway, have seen actions that are detrimental to inclusion and are starting to force into similar frame of minds instead of slowly reasoning towards a consensus that may not be exactly what either party think. Oh, exactly. Well, and the thing about it is, who do you listen to and which side? Because just like, not all Republicans agree, not all Democrats agree, not all, any group agree. Atheists don't agree. But then again, there isn't any clear-cut necessarily agreement within the alphabet community of what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, because both times I've got into it over what now I'm being told are slurs I was told to use by people within the alphabet community. I didn't come up with it. I kind of came up with the last one by myself, but then somebody said, oh yeah, that's always been around. So it's like, oh hell, then I'll use that. Even like, yeah, you were there. We looked up quilt bag, weren't you, Reg? Which I would refuse to me that is offensive. But the one thing I did like about that is like when we went through the letters, there's letters I didn't even know what were necessarily. And, you know, how long have I been in these rooms? And then all of a sudden, you know, I'm asking exactly what a trans, you know, person is. And, you know, what did I do with that? Ooh. Oh, I think I put it in with my trans file. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I got lots of different files for, you know, I got trivia files. I've got trans, tiny house, all kinds of different atheist ones. The one big one, my puppy file. I've got my passport file, inheritance file, channels like TV channels, listings and stuff. I have one just on the Baja Con that I was planning on going to, and even if my passport comes in, I don't think I'm going to go. Here we go, quilt bag. I almost clicked that. I had to stop the stream. But like I said, I wouldn't use this term, but I just, and the only reason I bring this up is try to tell you, you know, the show that, you know, the other night, you know, with 3 wonderful people, you know, instead of worrying about so much what or how something was said is, you know, kind of more like why. I guess, did that pop up? Here we go. I'm going to bump up the, I thought I already did that. Whoop, that disappeared off my screen. Still too much. Oh, well, we'll go back to that. Sorry. I hope you can see that. But yeah, this is. Shut up, Jack, you big butthole. But like I said, I don't like that word. I would never use that. But what I liked is what that's an acronym for and this is the one, and I do have trouble with that, which I did come up when I was doing my desmoid tumor about, you know, making taking what is that, sticky note, because, you know, one of the things that was listed for chemo brain was sticky note. I said, oh, that's a good idea, because I even have trouble with, and my son's been diagnosed this since he was preteen. You know, I got to think about it. ADHD. He's also ADD, which that's an easy one. You know, but I still have trouble even just with a 4-letter, you know, dealy. But I think I decided not to, because I will leave it at that. But anyway, but like this, you know, it tells me that the Q stands for, you know, this and that, or, you know, queer, questioning, intersex. I actually had to look this up when we were talking. The indigender, lesbian, transgender, which I think I'm gonna have to look up what exactly this, because I think all I have to do is click on this and it'll actually give me a decent definition of it. But I still got to look at what exactly two-spirited is. I know what the bisexual, the asexual, I could figure out what agender is, and aromantic, and then gay. But I had to look up what queer or gender queer was to be sure, and gender non-conforming was, because I have no clue. But it gave me a reason, you know, that's why I like using this, so I get rid of that. But then I've run into other terms that, oh gosh, I'm not even going to remember what it is now. Oh, but I do know I have to look more into like what binary or non-binary is, you know. And then there's then I found a red one today, which I've heard of it, but I didn't realize, I really didn't know what it meant, was Reg, correct me if I get this wrong. It's either fluid gender or gender fluid. And I started reading about that, and it's just like, I can't wrap my head around it, especially, you know. So it's like, you know, it's on my little list of things to look for, you know, not to minimize it, but it's just like, wow. I mean, I read this the first time, and there's a lot to take in on once again, what did I just say? The gender fluid. But anyway, so even though I had my falling out with them, I still plan on being me and doing my thing and still learning. Ooh, let us see. I got to go back. Then I'm done talking about, I'll just talk and not worry about all this other gooby. Come on. Scooby-Dooby. Shake that ass for me. Okay, that's the police. That's Speedy pissing me off with his homemade spicy ketchup. I'm just going to say, yep, been there. I'm really tough and can take shit from people, no problem. It's myself. You're a badass, MM. You got this. Have seen actions that. Oh, I've seen that one already. I guess. How did I miss the ones before that? I just got my atheist card the other day. I am so proud. I actually thought, which I never even brought this up to whoever or whatever I used to be part of, to do, like, have a, and this had to do with Dave or Captive Deaths talking about being proud of being atheist of the month, but have like an atheist of the month, and then have a theist of the month, and have just different awards or not even so much of the month, but just as a kind of like a playful thing. But I'm glad I didn't mention it. I just got my email card. It's so funny though. Hopefully atheist. Yeah. Oh, you don't know about the secret handshake too, Missing Mod? Atheists have a secret handshake, and we all have a safe word. Mod has had her Christian card for years. Or Mod. Oops. Okay, Mod. I was saying, who's Mod? But Mod. Not Maud Adams. Oh, she's hot too. Beautiful woman. Smart, great actress at times. I was just kidding, MM. There's no such thing. I was just making sure you didn't join this. Yeah, she's just making sure that you didn't do what I do. Join the TST. That's fine if you do. I was just asking. We looked that up since all of us learned it recently. Not, I'm good. What if I mean an actual quilt bag? Because I say that. Is there an assault club quilt? I mean, I've heard like quite a few, like douchebag or a few other bags. I've never heard quilt bag used as a kind of like an insult, but to me that sounds like an insult. That's why I won't use it. But let's put it this way: if I use that, especially now, can you imagine all the pushback, that I would get for saying quilt bag, opposed to even the alphabet community? Because I say that a couple of times a year. Wow, you are weirder than I thought, Missing Mod. I wouldn't even talk about it anymore. Gender fluid. All right, thank you. I'm getting cold outside. Get the quilt bag. God, as soon as I mentioned this, now this is going to be, and you guarantee it, this is going to come back to me. And what is sad is, I seen somebody streaming, jumped in there just to say, hey, what have it? And he goes, something about, oh yeah, I heard about, or I was told about what happened, and whatever. But anytime you want to come on and do a show, and I'm thinking, because I didn't tell him. It's like, is somebody running around telling everybody, oh, watch out for asshole because he's a which really doesn't. I mean, if they did, every channel that I was sub to, that's fine. I could get banned and out of a room and this, that, and the other. There's plenty of other ones, plenty of people, that aren't so judgmental. And I find that out more and more, especially in the real world. Sort of thing. Understanding definitions of many things are complex and take time to wrap around, but also doing that when learning trades related topics. An actual quilt bag is good to hold your sheets in. Oh, so you're telling me you don't take no sheets? If it comes back, just don't give a shit. Oh, I don't, and I really don't. There's one person. I mean, honestly, there is one person I'm worried about, but supposedly they were leaving or doing. I don't even know. I really don't know. We haven't talked for a few. That's why I sent a message. She hasn't answered it back. I'm not mad at her. I still love her to death. But regardless, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if anybody wants to separate themselves from me, then their loss. Honestly. I mean, I'm not as kick-ass as Missing Mod, but I'm trying. You're talking about it like it could be a bag that contains a quilt or similar object. Show. Oh, well. I'm just having fun. I wish I could play Shake That Ass. That's stuck in my head. No, I still say we need to start a channel. We could be horrible together. We would be the Bonnie and Clyde of YouTube. Shoe fly don't bother me. Yeah, we need to get Missing Mod on an airplane, which I don't know if you'd have to be able to do that if we got you on one. I mean, not saying that you wouldn't be able to fly, but depending on what's going on in your real life, or especially having a dog, and if nobody can watch it or something, or pet. I'll find a remix that copyright. Shake that. Boom! We got Speedy in the mix. Then we can have Reg. We can be the Four Horsemen's. I don't know why. All of a sudden, I started calling all foursomes the Horsemen's. I don't even know why. I mean, I don't mean whores, but the horsemen, since horsemen's have already been taken, or the unholy trinity, it's been taken. So we would have to be the Four Horsemen, or goat herders, or something. We could be God. Whoops, meant to say we should be God. Well, according to Daniel on that video, which is kind of funny because I don't know if anybody's seen the one that I was part of. And I can't remember where I did that at. And then all of a sudden, everybody else, Professor Plink dropped one today, which I've got to go back. I got to watch it because I couldn't watch it, down there because I didn't have time because it's like I think an hour and a half one. I caught bits and pieces of it just to get a feel for it. But I know that's the second person after what channel that was. God, I still can't remember. See, Chemo Brain really sucks, So yeah, Daniel's getting a lot of exposure, but the thing is, he probably enjoys it, to be honest. Where he said that the atheists just think they are God. I don't want to be God. I ain't a God. Mormons think they are. Well, that they could be gods of their own planet. Yeah. See, and that's what I find with the Mormon religion. I say their Jesus is their story is almost kind of like, the story of Superman. Jesus came from another, and it's like what, Cabal, or whatever the name of the Mormons say that Jesus came from, to be God over here. Whereas, oh God, I can't remember where did Superman? Well, what's Superman's planet called? But that's no longer there. I can't even think. But anyway, so there's like similarities. And I always thought that growing up, when people were telling me this, because like, I don't know if everywhere it's this way, but like in our area, just about, at least back when I was a kid, just about every Boy Scout group was sponsored by a Mormon church. Krypton. Okay. I was going to say that, but I thought that was what he was. Oh, no, it's kryptonite that he is, or the green kryptonite that he's. Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys. So you got Cabal, and then you've got Krypton, and then, that what? Because don't they call, like, Jesus is God, Jehovah, but yet Jehovah has God, or had a God, or has a God. But yeah, everybody has the chance to have their own planet. No. See, that's two concepts that I really don't want, even if I was religious, was the idea of being the God of my own planet, because I see what this fucked up planet looks like and how it's run if we've got a God. And then the other one is the Muslim heaven. I can't handle one woman. What am I going to do with 72 of them? And then virgins at that. I mean, I know most guys would want that prize, but like even to this day, if somebody came to me and legitimately was a virgin and said, teach me, I'm not a teacher anymore. I want a girl that knows what she's doing. And I don't mean that in a necessarily bad way, but, it would be like maybe, somebody my age trying to teach somebody or have, sex with somebody or man, and have to teach them. 72 virgins sounds good to you? Are you talking about that? Oh, kryptonite is a piece of, yeah. Plus I can't keep one woman happy. I don't even mean satisfied. I mean happy in life. Otherwise I wouldn't have been married 2.5 times. But 72 of them? No, thank you. I can't see that as a reward. Plus, I'm more of a one-on-one kind of guy, because I put so much into a relationship. I don't think I could do it 72 times with the same intensity. of love and feelings for that many people, unless they just think, okay, you know, it has nothing to do with love. I never have asked a Muslim that question, I guess. Smith. Oh, wait, here we go. Yeah, kryptonite is a piece of krypton in many versions. I've said, yeah, me too. And I think there's actually, wasn't there, like at least in some of the comic books, two different colors? You know, you had the green and there's another color because of somebody like one of the other Supermans that somehow, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've done comic books. Joseph Smith, sounds like me. I get it. They could be some dumb, but not plumb dumb. Oh no, not a party. I meant actual. You know, the whole, yeah. You know, because surely they don't share the 72 virgins with any of their buddies. That all the buddies that have made it there also get 72 virgins. You know, but I'm too. Ugh. And I know that sounds weird, you know, sort of thing, but also in the same sense, the other night when we were talking, you know, I have not that I am, but there's certain things about being like asexual and aromantic that I can relate to now, and I have for a while. You know, not that I really might be or might not be sort of thing, but just having the conversation, just, you know, just out of curiosity, because I am a very what if kind of guy. You know, like back in the day when, you know, it's just, I mean, a silly example because I've seen it on, you know, in a movie, but, you know, getting stoned, laying in the grass, looking at the sky. What if you spelt dog, C-A-T, and you spelt cat, D-O-G? You know, those sort of, you know, goofy things. Pulled up a Wikipedia page and lots of colors have been introduced. A lot of colors. Okay. I guess I lost track. Colors. You talk about colors? I'm thinking about quilt bags, and all of a sudden she popped it up. Imagine how many quilt bags you need for 72 roommates. Oh my God. Yeah, if I didn't push everybody away before now, yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. Pulled up Wikipedia page and a lot of colors. Oh, nice. Thanks, Reed. Yeah, I love Googling. I usually do a lot by myself, but usually I'm not talking. And the reason I didn't look that up was for the fact that to maintain my concentration that I don't normally have all the time or ever. I ain't gonna lie, ever. Okay, I just went here to do something. Oh, I know what it was. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, Dark Matter just dropped a new one. Shake that ass for me. Shake that. Maybe my page will load this time. I guess I wouldn't know until I actually. Damn, I don't know. I do this. Yeah, because I think I don't even know. I think I'll check after this one, because when I save this or shut it down, okay, yeah, it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna pop up. But sometimes my streams will, or like if you go back and rewatch it, sometimes it'll have the side chat in it, and sometimes it doesn't. And I guess I need to figure that out. And there's a few other things. I went to cut and paste links in, and that didn't work for somehow, some way. I've never had problems with that ever. So maybe it was just a bad day doing that. 72 colors of kryptonite. That had to be quite the visuals with the conversation. So you like Googling. MM likes giggling. So that's what we can call it. Googling and giggling. I do. More than one move. Yeah, but missing mod. Neither one of us are normal people. Like air quotes, normal people, whatever that might be. What I like about missing mod, which reminds me a little about me, or maybe I'm just being egotistical that I'm on the same level as missing mod, is I don't know what, you know, at any point, neither is anybody else, what's going to come out of her mouth, just like, or even just popping up with Mike Hunt. I like that guy. Then he disappeared. Yeah, she's definitely not mainstream, but neither am I. Maybe if I was, I wouldn't be in trouble all the time. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, that's what my crotch burns. That's what it was. Like my hunt. That's, yeah. I should know you would have come up with your own. And actually, I forgot where this came up, but I found my porn name. Okay. Oh wait, that didn't work. No, that did. Oh, what was it? I forgot it now. Anyway, I'm just gonna. It was like erect shin, but it wasn't that. I put something in there, but oh man, I ruined it. Let me see. I can't remember how I did the last one. I'm gonna put that in there, but that's not it. But oh, I screwed it up. Oh, shit. That's what it was. Oh, nope, that's something like I can't remember what it was. I'll have to go back. I have to think about that one. But yeah, it was like Eric Erect. What? Ha. Hey, Ray. Oh, I know where it was. Hold on. Ooh. Maybe. Give me 1 second, or keep chatting, or don't leave me alone. I have abandonment issues. Okay, where is Ed's? There it is. Oh, wait, this is Sunday. I don't have to worry about it. He doesn't stream today. Tomorrow he will. Come on there. Oh, wait, it's not. Maybe he took it down. No way. That one was too good to let go. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll get close. Nope. I might have to find it and then. Oh my gosh. June 10th. No, it hadn't been that long ago. He may have taken it down. Maybe somebody took offense to it or something. I can't say why. Unless it was considered sexist or something. Then I can kind of see it. Damn it. I put my best work into that. I had 2 of them. I can't remember what the other one is. Yeah, I like this one. This is the one he had. I'll just read it. But it's like, what was it? Exian. Or wait, no. Somebody did a search, and this is what came up. It says, "Can we go to heaven with tattoos?" Well, it came up supposedly. It's probably somebody created this, but I just thought it was funny. So it says, "People with tattoos will not go to heaven. People who drink will not go to heaven. People who eat too much pork will also not go to heaven. Short people will not go to heaven." And the response is, the deepest circles of hell is reserved for tattoo baking loving alcoholic midgets. I just thought that was hilarious as hell, sort of thing. But anyway, let me go back. You mean I missed her being funny on Lupin Show? Oh my goodness. There you go. That's a good one, Reg. I like that. Erection. Yeah, but that's still kind of funny for like a porn name. And the other one I had, oh no. The one that he put up, and there was a different place, now I think of it, or somebody, whoever it was, the question was, what would Jesus, sorry, what would Jesus' poor name be? And I forgot what my other one that I put up in there was. Oh my gosh. Whatever it was. I don't know. Whatever it was, that's funny. Asshole, the way to tell if a name is a troll is to say it out loud. It'll click. Oh yeah, no, I know. I've done that before. Well, back in my really, but like, yeah, when I, well, never was a JW. I walked away 2 weeks before I was to be baptized as one, but then I started going into, months after that because I was so pissed off, about, not at God, but, here I thought they were, teaching me. And actually some of it they teach, I actually feel is more correct than, but not, not the whole God things. But I came up with a bunch of good Jehovah ones and all sorts of other, ones. If I think about it, a lot of times I can come up with good ones, but most of the time when I think about it, it's like after the fact, I stop thinking about it. Then it's like, oh yeah, here we go. Boom. I knew a guy named Dick and Leroy. Dick and Leroy. Kind of like the apple cider name, Dick and Cider. I like that, even though that's actually on something that sells in a store. I can't wait for our brand new stream. The Four Horsemen's. You seen that, Speed? I'm really funny on Jim Bob show. I've never even watched Jim Bob. I've seen all the like the responses to him and stuff. But yes, it was funny as hell, and I laughed and laughed about that. See, maybe I need to start going into some of these other ones. I don't think I can go into Brett's streams though. I just don't. The little that I've seen, I just. Maybe I'm not even going to say that jokingly. I don't even like that whole group personally. I got to shut this. Yeah, a lot of them are annoying. Yeah, what blew me away is, and a few other people, and I'm surprised that I didn't get timed out or banned from MM's room by a certain person, but I didn't care if it happened. I mean, I did, but I didn't. But now it doesn't matter because that one's gone, and well, of course, they go in the other one, and that's probably another thing. Don't give everybody wrenches, girl, including me. I mean, unless you trust somebody, don't do it just because you think you have to. But I mean, that's your decision, definitely. Oh, suggestion, not telling. Oh my goodness. Yeah, here it is, Jack's birthday, and he takes off on us. I just wait and watch him on Breakfast Taco Stream. Okay, I got a question. What's a Breakfast Taco Stream? He's got some really good ones on there. I guess I've never heard of Breakfast Taco. Oh, no. Okay, I get that part then. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll just drop that. Shake that ass for me. How long can I play that without? Oh, wait, actually, I can just turn the sound off for a second and play it so I can get that on my system. Otherwise, I'll probably still sing it. There it is. Plus, I got the dirty version. I don't do that censored shit unless I have to. But yeah, see, and what's funny is, I mean, hold on, I got to stop this before it starts. Oh, I got it muted anyway. It's okay. But yeah, you think you're a gangsta. All these groups that got this shit started, like NWA, Two Live Crew, Eazy, Public Enemy, all this. I listen to those groups, and even more. And what's weird is, I like mid mid to late 90s, you know, when you could kind of start burning music, especially with like the whole Napster thing. I burnt a bunch of songs, you know, just to just to back them up because I played them so much. Or if something would happen, you know, to the one I had, I didn't want to go buy a new one or have to look for one, especially the uncensored versions. So, you know, my son or something borrowed my car one day and came back, and he's carrying in two of the three uh, like CD cases I have. And when I talk about CDs, you know, I want to say 250 each, but you know, maybe that's was too much. But like at least 100 CDs in each one of these. And I said, "What are you doing with those?" He said, "Dad, I want to borrow these and burn some of these." He said, "Damn, I didn't realize you listen to such good music." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "You know, back in the day, like especially when I'd run around with my brothers, in my Escort, I had two 15, and then, you know, I don't. Once again, if you don't know how big an Escort really is, I'd say like a Chevette, but a little bit bigger. But most people are like, "Well, what's a Chevette?" But in the back hatch, I had two 15s back there, and my little car would boom. You know, I had a big ass amp, you know, a capacitor, you know, all sorts of shit. I had quite a bit of money, you know, invested in this sort of thing, and he didn't even know that. I had pictures of my car somewhere. I did. I don't know if I still do. Um, Gosh, let me see. I want to say at this time, probably like an 84 or 85. I've actually had two of them back to back. And I'm not a Ford guy. I got the first one and I hated it because I was pissed because I didn't want one. Well, I got it and it was a very reliable car. And I actually went and bought another one just in case, you know, the other one broke down. But yeah, I drove the hell out of that. Thing's been all over the country, literally. But yeah, and I used to run with a lot of black guys. One day we went to Lafayette. I think I told the story the other night. I'm not going to get into it, but there's 6 of us in there, and all of us are pretty stout. Back then I wasn't fat per se, but I was big and da 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 da, and it would look like a clown car, every time we would unload because it's like, well, gosh, when do they stop coming out of here? When do they come out of here? And it, still had that boom, and I can't imagine because they'd always want me to turn it up as loud as it, could, and it was one of those things. I don't know if you've ever been in a car that had such a great system that when the bass hit, it literally made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And I love that feeling, and here I am cruising down the street in my 6'4", boom, jocking the bitches, slapping the hoes. So yeah, I was into rap before most of you, well, some of you was born. Wait, I don't know what. You were born, what, 84, Missing Mod? Or you told me one day, I can't remember. No, this wasn't standard. This was, yeah, to the moon and back kind of system. But yeah. So, and now my son is even now 85. Okay, you're close. All right. So yeah, some of that stuff was released, but a lot of it, some of it, wasn't. But yeah, that was my go-to was Eazy and NWA. But I did love a lot of the other ones, especially like Two Live Crew. Back then, they were controversial as hell. But my favorite that they do is Nursery Rhymes. I love that. As a matter of fact, I need to see if I can get that or find it on there. My mama was talking to you. God, I can't remember it now. Oh, my mama said your mama is a bull-dagged ass bitch. Abraham Lincoln was a good old man. He jumped out the window with the dick in his hand, and he said, "Excuse me, ladies, I'm doing my duties. So pull down your pants and give me some booty." Waka, waka, waka. Yes. 85, 14, 1492. Yes, that's mine. Oh, I thought it was trivia. Being silly again. I'll be right back. I got to go to the restroom and refill my drink. Come on, baby. Yeah, my mom wants to make sure you guys are being nice to me, that I'm a sensitive guy. Okay, I got to scroll up. Okay, 2022. Have had a system in a vehicle since was 16. Always aftermarket head unit. See, most of mine, other than my speakers, were aftermarket because most people didn't know that. I don't know. Maybe Speedy might have heard it. I don't know how much you were into car systems, but there was a brand called Pyramid, which was an off brand, and had a buddy that worked for Pyramid and said that Pyramid, because they made two different brands there. One was Pyramid and one was Alpine. And that Pyramid or Alpine was nothing more than a pyramid with a different casing on the outside, had all the same components and set it up. And he even brought, or the two that he had at home, because sometimes they were lucky enough that they'd have like sales, like where I used to work, it was the world's largest book distributor. So we'd have a book sale where they'd have whatever it was. And some of that stuff was like rejected. A lot of it worked and didn't work. But anyway, he pulled the case off of both. And sure enough, they were the same exact thing. And it's the same thing with like Ritz Crackers. A girl I know, I used to know, lived in Terre Haute, Indiana, worked at I want to say the Ritz Cracker or whatever it was, one of the two. One of the bigger name crackers that, anyway, I'm going to say Ritz, and said that, a lot of times they wouldn't even clean out the machines, when they did a swap over from, like, say, an off-brand cracker or generic with the normal one. So I thought that was kind of cool, but I thought that was kind of shady. Went downstairs to get a cup of cider, saw a flying jack off the spider, went downstairs to get a cup of gin. That mother effer jumping him again. Now they are so cheap, it's nothing to get one. Use cheaper components when young, but they are a lot cheaper now. You pretty much had to sell your life as a little young adult to get something, because they're just so expensive. But I always went with Pyramids. I did get my kick. I had to have kicker speakers. That was my thing. My first new car was a 1985 Chevy Cavalier. See, I've never had a new car up until I bought my Malibu. I bought my Malibu in 2018. And I've only put, just to tell you how much of a housefly I became, I want to say I've got less than 35,000 miles on it in 5 years. Because really, I just go to the town once in a while anymore. I used to go all the time, but I'm changing that. But I also used it to go back and forth to all my doctor's appointments. Back then, my chemo appointments, and every doctor and test I need to go and get, yada, yada, yada. My first daughter, 1980. My youngest daughter, 1989. You are like right in the middle of both. Oh, so Speedy adopted MM. Pyramid was hit or miss. Yeah, I've never had a problem with Pyramid, never. Alpine was a good system, but that's even more expensive, definitely. Rachel's Ghost has a stream they call or talk about old stereo equipment, salad, and trade back and forth. I guess a lot of old albums are very stuff. Yeah. And right now, well, it has been for a few years, like original vinyl is just off the hook with how much it can cost. I wish I had my vinyl from back in the day, because even back then I treated it well. My problem was I went from moving, into from one house to the other, but it wasn't the new house wasn't ready, so I put everything in storage. 2 weeks later, I went back to get it all to move it into the new house, and somebody had broke into the storage unit and literally stole my life. And even to this day, I think about it at a time and get pissed, because there's a lot of pictures, high school stuff that I can't replace. I mean, I cared about the guns, but those can be replaced. Anything. I had roughly $30,000 worth of baseball cards. I was big into baseball cards. A lot of autographs and stuff like that. All that was stolen, and it took me years to be able to even think about buying, an autograph or, cards, along with everything else. Vinyl, my porn collection. Of course, it was all VHS back then. No, it wasn't porn. It was research. I had research. Yeah, for school paper that I was writing at 30 years old or 35, maybe. I don't know how old I was. Wow, low mile, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I still got it. And just to tell you how, there's been twice in my life. Well, once I didn't even know about that. I guess I wasn't doing as good as I thought I was, because when my first doctor, before I found the one that actually treated my tumor, that knew about it, they forced him to retire. And okay, I just thought of my loss. Oh, and when he retired, I brought it. The joke with me and him was that because he wanted to know kind of what my stools look like, and the only thing I could think of was pond scum, because I've had a total colonectomy, except for about 6 inches of it, so they can reattach, the small bowel. But so I have acute diarrhea, not, well, it's just part of life. I'm gonna say what I want. Remember that. That's our new motto. And the only thing I could try to explain, because it's like liquidy, but then sometimes, stuff looks like, and I'm not anyway. So I call it pond scum. So the day that he, his last time I got to see him before, he'd been gone before my next appointment, I got him a big 8x10 of pond scum. So that was a joke. And then he said, well, at least I hope, I did something, good for you. And I said, hell yeah. I couldn't have been happier. And he goes, yeah, I just wasn't sure if you were going to make it. And I said, what? I said, you're saying that you had doubts that I was going to, survive this? And he goes, yeah. And I said, then why didn't you tell me this? Because he knew me. I wanted straight. He goes, I wanted you to have hope, which he gave me, sort of thing. And then right after, when my body really started deteriorating from the chemo I was on, just before they stopped it, they flat out told me they weren't sure if I was going to survive the rest of the year. That my body had a lot of, healing to do and such. So I bought the new car, the 2018 Malibu, but put it in my mom's name, because I didn't want to have to worry about inheritance and, this, that, and the other. And now that I'm doing so much better, now it's like, okay, I got to try to figure out, the process of getting it back. And then never thought that it was going to take, and it may not cost anything that, or not bad to get it back in my name, sort of thing. But yeah, that's just how bad it's been at least twice in my life. But yeah, I just didn't know the first time, and the second time I knew what I had to fight, and boom, that's that. Ew, let me see here. Oh, salads. We did low mileage. Nope. He's already got Father Charles. I'm just. Oh, you're an unkie too. Okay. Oops. She already has. Upchuck. I like Upchuck, even though he doesn't talk to me very much. I have lost all of my stuff. Oh, yeah. So I can relate with his speed. We actually, and of course, mom and dad found a great house, that our old house, a big farmhouse. Had to gut it completely. It was so bad that the weeds outside were taller than, you couldn't hardly even see the porch. And when dad went out to mow it, he had all of his kids walk in front of him, and pick up, trash or point out, because you couldn't see it. And I actually stepped on some stuff. I'm surprised I didn't get hurt or, some sort of, blood infection then. But in the process of they had just got moved into their new house. What they had before was a double wide trailer. It was gorgeous and, had all the to-dos and stuff. I like living in there, but it caught fire. And that was traumatic for me, because it's like, whoa, I lived there for, all my high school years, just about. A good part of them anyway, at least. Yeah. Middle school. And I think maybe my freshman year or whatever, I can't remember, but yeah, that's bad. But yeah, nothing was in there that we lost. That was, couldn't be replaced, sort of thing, and not memories because everything had already been gone. And somehow there was an electrical fire in the garage, and we had a big breezeway, so it all caught on fire. Then it caught on it caught a trailer on fire, the double wide, which anybody that's ever seen a trailer catch fire, pretty much once you get it going, it's hard to put out. Meant to say, lost all my stuff in 2 separate fires, rebuilt and lost it again. It sucked, but now I'm okay. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I think you're better than okay, Speedy. My kids picture everything. Oh yeah, that was the hardest part for me, even though mine wasn't a fire. But how can somebody? I mean, I can see going in there and especially when you see boxes or open totes without lids, because like I said, it was short term. I didn't even worry about taping them up or nothing. But to take everything just to take it, yeah. I mean, some people are total idiot. I mean, I'm an idiot, obviously. I'm on YouTube, but yeah, to be such a low life to take somebody's whole life. So yeah, that's why I've got a lot of problem with people that have a tendency, and I don't care if they were, drug addicts or who or whatever. Which I'm pretty sure I have a good idea who it was or who the people were, but I couldn't prove it, and I was afraid that, if I would have confronted it with them, I would have literally beat the fuck out of them all. Because plus, I love to fight. But yeah, it's awful. It's just, looking back, like especially with all the pictures, like when my grandmother died. I think I told this story earlier, where he tore up all the pictures, or my biological dad tore up the pictures, sent them to me, and we put them back together. That's the only memories and only pictures that I had of my grandmother. But that's like the story I was telling earlier. I'm going to finish it. I don't know if Missing Mod's here or not, but yeah, I need to go to Sarasota to find where my grandmother's buried, because my biological father wouldn't even tell me or any of us where she was buried. And I'm just hoping he wasn't buried next to her, because to tell you how close I wasn't to my biological father, that he died in, I want to say it's 2014, and I didn't find out until 2016 that he died. And I was joking around about it because I have no feelings for him. It upset my mom that I was joking about him more than it did me. Not that she had any feelings for him, but well, that is your, dad. And I said, no, it's not. My dad's in the other room that you're married to now. And then when he passed, that was hard, but they were married for 48 years. So hell yeah, this man will, I do consider him, my dad. And what's funny, not funny, kind of strange though, everything I took for granted, once he passed away, all these good things, kept popping in my head. A lot of the sacrifices he did, went out of his way to like get me a car, or, yada, yada, yada. And then when, I don't know how many people are into wrestling. I watch it casually. I don't think it's real. I don't, have to watch it, but I'm back, in the, I think it was 84, 83, like mid 80s at least, that when they first started the WrestleManias, they went to Indianapolis in the RCA Dome when we still had it here. I believe it was WrestleMania 3. I don't know. I didn't repress it. I just never thought about it. And then all of a sudden, boom, I remembered that he went out of his way to get tickets to WrestleMania. And I mean, I was married, I can't, but I can't remember who all went with us. But I mean, it was like a mile away. And it was like, back then it was like, oh my God, this is terrible. I still enjoyed it because I can kind of see Hulk Hogan and, Andre the Giant, I think, was there. Ultimate Warrior, I think. Might have to go back and look at what WrestleMania 3 in Indy was. If it was 3. I'm pretty sure it was 3. But then it's like, God, I was such a little brat back then that I couldn't even appreciate it. And now it's like, that's all I ever think about. Not all, but, it's like every time I think of Dad, for some reason, right now I'm on this, WrestleMania, he brought us there, and some of the other stuff he did. So it's like, even though I don't have, my physical stuff, I still have the memories when it works. I got that old timers kicking in and out. They were in a hurry. They just grabbed it and went. Geesh. That happened to one of my friends with his mother. His own family wouldn't tell him when she died, and then they wouldn't tell him where she was buried. He died without knowing. Yeah. Oh man, that's even worse. And see, that's what I don't want. Because on my bucket list, the number one thing is to go back to Sarasota and at least visit her grave. And I would have probably done it by now, but my fear, and I hope he got buried in, because what's weird is when my brother went down there, whenever it was, I don't know if you're here for the story with, my brother, his buddy, and their two wives or girlfriends, went to visit him, and Dad's like told his wife to go get 3 T-bones or 3 steaks, whatever it was, and get hamburger for his wife, for all 3 of the women. Actually, I said 2 earlier, I think all 3, because I forgot about Brenda. And but when they were there, they said that, and like I said, my dad was a millionaire on paper easily several times, but said that his house looked like a prison complex because he had a great looking house, and it didn't even have a wall. It had like a 10-foot chain link fence all the way around it, had barbed wire around it, and on all 4 posts, it had big old blaring spotlights, they said. I used to have pictures of that somewhere, but I don't even know where they went. I don't even, but I don't care. But so it's like, man, I'm glad mom and dad, or Bob, mom and the illogical father, split up. God, I just can't. Yeah, I don't want to be that person. Even though I won't know it when I die, it's still that. If I did know it, that would sadden me that I didn't get to go. But I just don't want to see his grave. I mean, actually, I'd probably spit on it or piss on it. Stalag 13, pretty much. It was just outrageous. He got really paranoid, sort of thing. And the one thing I can say that he did but see, with him, since I was his favorite because I'm named after him. I'm a junior. Obviously, he's a senior. And I'm the only kid that hasn't talked or didn't talk to him in like 25 years. I had no desire to. Matter of fact, which was kind of weird, the day I got home from the hospital after finding out I had, supposedly terminal cancer and had 3 to 6 months to live, Mom wouldn't let me go to my house. She literally went to my house without my permission, but she had keys, took my bed, brought it and put it into her dining room. And my mom's always had this big, heavy dining table. I don't know how the hell they got it out of there, but anyway, set a bed up in there. But anyway, I had just laid down, and Mom had just got done asking me, do you want me to call him? And I said, nope, he has no right to know. And I swear, I think this is another superpower, that every time I mention a certain name or somebody's name, they pop up, because he called, and he hadn't called for a while. And my dad was such a narcissist that he would get drunk, call my mom in the middle of the night, knowing that she's married to my dad. I said, oh, you still want me, you still love me, blah, 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 blah. My dad, my dad, not the illogical one, would just laugh about it because he knew he's an idiot, but he hadn't done that for a while. But then he called, and Mom's like, lipping, it's your dad. Do you want me to tell him? And I said, no. Well, of course she did anyway. So they were talking, and that's another thing with him. He would always call and say, oh, I'm dying of cancer. I'm dying of cancer. And that went on for 20 or 30 years, that he was dying from cancer. Then here I am literally with a death sentence sort of thing. But yeah, I was laying there, and I guess he wanted to talk to me. And she's like, Lip, do you want to talk to him? It's like, no. So she told him I was asleep, sort of thing. And of course, he had all the advice in the world for it, yada, yada, yada. But since I hadn't talked to him for a while, and I think this might have been afterwards, he would send me started out of the clear blue sky. He'd never been let's send a postcard, let's send a birthday card, or every once in a while he would send something, happy birthday, son. And it's like, in my mind, no, I'm not your son, yada, yada, yada. But one day, then all of a sudden I opened up this box, and it had, matter of fact, it's a Ted Williams autographed picture, which I'm not a Red Sox fan at all, but Ted Williams was a great player. I can hate a team, but still like the player, sort of thing. And when I say hate, it's the competition, sort of thing. But really, that's the only thing I've got to remind me of him if I ever went totally senile and remembered where I got that picture. But I like the picture. It's worth some money now. And I did find out that it was authentic. I figured, well, maybe he just, signed it, but it had a letter of authenticity, which doesn't always mean something. But I brought it into a card show when I was into cards really bad, and they authenticated it. So that's the only thing I got, from him. He must have said Speedy a little bit. go because proof you appeared right on my TV. There you go. I really would like to come on, though, if you and Missy Mod start a dream, that would be so much fun. Right. And that's what, if she wants to, I don't know where she went. She's probably talking in it. She'd probably be the diva and be the socialite in the background. She's working it, girl. Yeah, if she wants to do a stream, I'll be more than glad to stop this one. She can do hers and try it out and or do it or what have you. Like I said, this is just, this is really just to kick back and relax for me, and then to celebrate Jack's birthday, which I'll probably do a little bit Tuesday, joking around with the, with the two people that may show up for it. So I don't know. I'm not sure if Red just in the background lurking or if he left, which is, can't believe people think they might have lives outside of YouTube streams, especially mine. Oh my God. I really would like to come on, though, if you listen. Oh, I just said that. Duh. Wait, let me get a hold of her. See if she answers me. Oh, wait, I took down DC. Sorry, let me pop it up. Oh, it says I have two, and I haven't even opened it up yet. Ooh, we'll find out. Maybe she sent me a message and said, "Screw you, you old bastard." No, it's somebody else. Okay. There she is. Yeah, I'm not looking at chat, by the way. Yeah, I may have to go down to Florida and like get a tent and pitch it in Missing Mod's backyard. I don't think she'll notice me there. So this way I know she's in a good mood. Here we go. Oh, there's Red. See, it's my superpower. I say their name and they show up. Had you check a battery on vehicle quick and clean pan? I cooked it. No problem. We're just BSing anyway. Nothing important or life threatening, at least yet. Oh, I just saw that. Oops, sell and trade, not salad. Yeah, because I've read the salad, but I took it as sell and trade. But okay. Shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to play. No, wait. Can't you play just a little bit of it and them not hit you with a copyright strike or whatever? Okay, we're going to try this. What are they going to do? Shut me down? Okay. You may not even hear it. If it ever start. Oh, I got to. Dumbass. Unmute it. I just muted for a second so I could hear part of it. Okay, I got my fix. I feel better now. I'll shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Come on, girl, shake. Wait. So Missing Mod is Missing Mod then, because she's missing. Yeah, see, and that's one thing I need to learn is what is, how to get around. Actually, I kind of got an idea if I do a recorded one. I forgot who told me to do this, but like if I thought I had any questions, go ahead and create it and then put it in the private one and let it sit there for like a day or two and see if they come back on you with it, which makes sense to me opposed to putting it out there, then them making a bigger deal out of it. But yeah, my buddy down in Kentucky, he knows all about this sort of thing, and it's just part of the process for me to learn if I decide to really get into it and learn it. We need the kazoo. Sounds like a president. Featuring Speedy on the kazoo, along with Big Bad Mama, Gigi, and the rest of the gang. Okay, pitch a tent in MM's backyard. Is that a euphemism for something else? Oh, no, I'm not pitching that kind of tent. I meant just when she's in that mood, I'll knock on the window, make her laugh, and go back to my little tent. But she doesn't know it's there because it's going to look like a fruit tree or a citrus tree, actually. Well, which is a fruit, but couldn't help putting it together like that. As always, missing my nose. I don't know. Come on. Boing. What do you guys are exactly trying to say? What are you just? I can't. Oh shit! Once again, almost a 3-hour stream, and I was just gonna do a little shit and gets. And I know Saturday or Sunday sucks to do streams unless you have a certain time slot. Which, like I said, I don't care if I have a big stream or a little stream. I prefer littler ones. That's what she said. Not. But yeah, because it's more personal to me, and then you don't have to worry about offending as many people as once. But that's kind of like what I like with the big streams. You can piss everybody off at one time. Just do it in one fell swoop, and then you'll find out who your friends are, I guess. Missing mod. She hasn't answered. Uh-oh, come on. Oh, wrong thing. Here we go. Yeah, I just made sure I did. I sent her, I think it was her. I sent her a message earlier, and it sat there for a half hour, came back and realized I didn't hit send. So I sent it. But I had to tell her that I was dumb and I didn't send it for a while because I didn't. I thought I did. Boing, 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 boing. What I need to do is hook up. I got a sound card for my computer, which I've had it use it on here, but I'm not quite sure how to get it to work on there because I haven't been on a stream to actually hook it up and see if it worked. But when I got it, I don't like a lot of the crap. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's right here. I'm not too far. You'll probably hear me talk, yelling and screaming and bitching and moaning and cussing. But not really, because it's got all my mic and there it is. Yeah, heck, I'll just unplug it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I bought this. Haven't necessarily. God, as soon as I say that in this group, haven't played with it for a while. But it's got like laughter, giggle, applause, awesome. I don't got. Oh, it does. This one's got a gunshot, and that's kind of like and that's the only reason I got it because I heard Missing Mod with her when she's got like 47 different kinds of shotguns. I think that's funny as heck, especially being an ammo sexual like I am. Whatever ducking is, ducking, eternal play, and denoise. Maybe this is where I should read the directions. I don't think I did that. I just had to plug it in. I wanted to try it. Oh, ding, yell, 927, whatever that is, / guys, Mary, what the hell? Got a kiss, electric sound, mute, eliminate. Oh, more over here. I didn't see that. I don't remember this. So yeah, I got to try to get this incorporated at some point, but that's what I was going to do when I got the new one set up, which is about ready. I just had to recharge it. I'm going to do one more update or and then take it in there and mess with, because I got to download, God, what was it called? I think Shotcut or something, a video editor. It's supposed to be pretty easy to use. You got a few other things, and I don't know if Peter's still willing to help me with, especially with what happened this week, I guess, or not. But he's offered to definitely, or was going to, help me set up some stuff for my channel, or at least for this one, because I don't want Larry to do, the one we're doing now and the, mine, which he's offered, but I hate asking people to do stuff. I feel like an annoyance, even though I love doing stuff for other people when I can, especially with money. Yeah, I could be an asshole and brag about how much cash I got on hand here. Not that I'm a rich person. I just happen to have about $10,000 in cash. So yeah, if I have a fire in this house and I lose everything speed, there's like $10,000 in cash straight away. Matter of fact, I need to put it to the side and remind myself to bring it to my safety deposit box. Okay. Oh. But yeah, and the reason I had so much money on hand for so long was because first I was going to go buy another side-by-side, one for me. And then I want to buy so many different things. I keep talking myself out of it because I'm afraid that if I spend it, then all of a sudden I'm going to need it for something serious. Yeah, and I'm such OCD, I just don't throw it all together. It's got to be in the same direction, separated by denominations. Yeah, so I'm a blinker wad when it comes to that. No. Okay, if I didn't sort those. Yeah, here we go. 50s. Swear, all of them are 50s. And that's a little stack. Yeah, you'd almost think I was a drug dealer, but no, I took it out of my bank so I could, like I said, go buy some stuff. I've almost come close because I am very, I don't know, would it be an impulse buy or a compulsive buyer? Where you just do it sporadically, just there it is, you got to have it sort of thing. That's me really bad. And it took me 25 years to get my checking account back because my brother, back in his crackhead days, stole my mom's truck. My son's quad happened to be in the back of it, which was kind of like no big deal because you can replace that. And I left my checkbook in the truck because I had borrowed it. Impulsive, thanks. And he ended up like writing $12,000 on my checking account. I just happened to go in one day to check my balance because I was thinking about making a purchase, and they were telling me I was like negative, big time negative, like so I got all my money back for the checks, or no, not for, yeah, that, because it's like protected, however that works. But I got all that back, but they wouldn't, or I couldn't get my, what's it called? The bounce fees that it produced back. And those were, gosh, $800-900 sort of thing. But I mean, overall, even though it sucked, to get most of it back and cost $900, is better than losing everything, permanently. But anyway, and the only way I could get that back was filing a police report. Well, I filed a police report, yes, against my brother. So I've heard people say, well, it's your brother. You should have just, no, the fuck that. You don't steal, period. But anyway, so when I went to the bank with the report, they're like, well, we need something, for where they were written, the counties they were written in, sort of thing. So I went back because they filed a report on the checks being stolen. They said, which I didn't know back then, but oh God, it was such a thing that no, unless he wrote a check in this county, we can't charge him with fraud with something, written in another county, which made sense. Well, he ended up writing checks in 5 different counties. I called each county, try to file a report. No, you can't file that. You'd have to go back to the county the checks were stolen in. But to me, it's like, wait a second. Even though it was stolen, the God, what's it called? Forgery. The forgery and theft and larceny, whatever they said, has to be reported in my county, not where it was. But to me, it's wherever the check was written. But it didn't matter what I thought because, whatever the law is, and I called the police, and I went through this 3 or 4 months in a row, just constantly calling prosecutors, called our prosecutor, tried to get, prosecutor to talk to prosecutor to find out sort of thing. And I finally gave up. So I couldn't have a checking account because of this for 25 years and try to live life without a checking account and try to do everything in cash and try to cash a check sort of thing. But anyway, so just last year, I finally, went in there and considering, they knew what was going on. They're the ones that caught it right off the bat, that I definitely didn't cash it because when I went in there, a lady I know, Marge for years, started printing checks out and said, first thing is, hell, that's not even your writing because I have such a distinctive sloppy signature, sort of thing. So they finally, I got a checking account, but I didn't want the checks. I learned my lesson. It's just, I wanted the card where I could actually use one for the gas pump because my disability comes in or gets deposited on a debit card, but that debit card for some reason doesn't work on a lot of, all gas pumps, but like I can go to Speedway or Walmart and use it and every other place except gas stations. The chip just doesn't work there. So then I'd always have to go inside, try to guess how much gas I need, then go back in if I, didn't need that much. I think to just chat with Peter. He doesn't jump to conclusions. Oh no, and that's not what I'm saying. I mean, I joke around about it because I sent him a message. Well, that's if you're talking to me, but he does, like even when I can't remember what that channel was, some channel that he did some stuff for it. It took a while to get back and forth, sort of thing. Which I'm not in a hurry. He's doing me a favor. I wasn't bitching. I just hope he's, not, that easy to jump to conclusions sort of thing. But unless in a heated argument with somebody, impulsive, go to check on my sister. She wasn't feeling good today. I hope she's all right, Speedy. Yeah, he is, and I know that. That's what I even told when he offered it. When we're gonna, try to set up a time to get together. It's like, you do this on your time. I know you got to finish up something for whatever that channel was. I can't remember, and a few other things. So yeah, I'm fine with it. Plus, Missing Mod really has, done a lot of really cool stuff for me. I love that little ending. Just the Asshole 64 skull. And that's another reason why I decided not to delete this channel. Because, I had to come up with a whole new name and everything over there. And it's just a normal name, nothing, bad per se. But, yeah, the one that I'm afraid of, I love that because it's got, cocaine on it. And there's another one, but it was too big. But I can actually use them, in I think today or the other day I did a quick stream. I only played like 30 seconds of it out of 4 minutes, just so that doesn't boom. But like sitting here getting ready for one, I'll start like the long ones 2 or 3 minutes before just to kind of get in that mood, and I might play it for a minute or 30 seconds or whatever it is afterwards. But yeah, she kicked ass on those. I loved them. I'd never been able to come with that stuff. She definitely got some major skills too, and she just needs to see that and screw what everything and everybody else says. Oh wait, that's not the one. Ooh, that's not the one. Okay, I'll look for that one later. Shake that ass for me. Let me see what I'm gonna pee. Yeah, I smell food cooking. I bet you it's done. My mom probably ate without me Yeah, I think she's getting to the point where she asked me, okay, food's ready when you're ready. But yeah, I just, okay. Yeah, I might actually go eat something and wait till she answers back and see if she wants to stream. If not, I may do one a little bit later. I mean, I know there's the cool kids that have several going tonight. So I don't know if I'll stream again or not. Or I actually thought about if I'm having trouble with insomnia, start doing it even later at night, or just when I can't sleep, get up and, you know, worst comes to worst, nobody comes in and it's too late for everybody else. But the other night, well, heck, when before you showed up with Jester and Maj, there's a bunch of people there. Of course, I think more to see my rant than anything, and to report, to the other ones, sorts of things. But Reach, I think I'm going to shut this down for a while, like I said, and I'm going to see if maybe Missing Mod wants to do one. Speed's really wanting to do one with her. So I'm going to shut this down. I'm using this thing. I'm going to play my MM thingy thing. The middle one. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, there you go. Check back trivia. Hold on. Whoop, comment. Got a comment. Crap, I hit it too many times. Yes, definitely. I'm going to play this and then I will be out. The 15-second one. It's a quick one.